Do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Jesus.
You said it, man.
Welcome back, you Miscast Miscreants. We already lost a guest. Why? Every time.
They saw my
Can you
ugly
hear me?
face.
Oh, I hear you. Evil Corkin Reacts is in the house.
Get my
Holy
video up
crap,
there.
he's up at 2 o'clock in the morning. This guy is a beast. Bringing back this guest. Here we go. Boom. There he is. All right, guys, welcome back to another live episode of Miscast Entertainment. Tonight, we are talking some seriously cool shite, man. We are talking movies all night long. That's what this channel's all about. That's what we're going to talk about. Filmmaking, the how-tos, the what's, the whys, and the dangs. All right, first we got Rager Rig J. Allen Rager in the house. Writer, director, film connoisseur.
How's it going? What's up? Yeah, it's actually pronounced Rager. Everyone usually says Rager, which, I mean, it does sound cooler, but no, just Rager.
It sounds a lot cooler when you're raging.
It does.
Yeah, I would have guessed Rager.
Yeah. I should just change the pronunciation and just go by it. I think it's a good fit. I think my wife thinks so
It
too.
should be
Fit her.
Rager Ridged.
Yeah.
Next, we have the YouTuber connoisseur, the filmmaker from Pennsylvania, Wesley of Thinking Art Entertainment.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I know you try and make it all the time, but you've been shooting a lot of stuff lately on Friday nights.
I know. It's been really busy.
It's been crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And in the chat, we've got Evil Corkin Reacts. Gonna go get my pizza and see what you fuckers have going on. All right. What was that?
That was my wife watching TV. She goes, sorry, it's so loud. And she turned it off.
No problem. All right, so Jay Allen, most of the people on this YouTube network that me and Wesley are on don't know who you are. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Like, tell us what you're all about.
Well, I'm relatively new to YouTube, so just getting into this now. I've been doing. First of all, I love movies. I've been in and around the movie industry for years, long time. I worked in movie theaters since 2000. I worked for a company that created a movie trivia app, very popular app. Can I plug it? You want me to plug it? It's dead though. The app's dead. So
it's not getting any new updates, but the app is still functioning, man. I checked before we went on.
What app's that?
It's still alive. So
yeah, popcorn trivia.
go for it.
Popcorn
never heard
trivia.
of it.
So
I'll slap up
I'd
the webpage.
talked to some of my gamer buddies were playing it for a while there. But yeah, so I mean, I studied movies there. I studied film in Dallas and Fort Worth for a little bit. I studied acting. Kind of jumped back and forth between I want to do music, I want to do movies, I want to do music, I want to do movies. And so just started doing movies probably around 2014. Made a short film and, you know, kind of decided I didn't really want to do it again. And now I'm back, coming back, making a comeback. So, hey, there's the Popcorn Trivia site. There we go. I built that
I
site.
think you made that webpage
I
too.
did, yeah.
Oh,
You
sweet.
And
just-
someone I know made the graphics.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody I know, he's above me. Made the graphics.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
was-
some memories I don't want to go down.
There was a lot of good ones.
It's a good app. I mean,
I like the little
you
popcorn
probably like
guy.
it, Wesley. What's
I
that?
like the little popcorn guy.
Yeah, the popcorn's
beefy
like
muscles.
the mascot.
Yeah,
You-
in the
you can-
game you could customize the avatar. You could put different eyes on, different arms, different, hats, mouths.
Yeah, you can like create your own avatar out of the popcorn bucket. And, like pretty much any movie you can think of that we thought of, that you had a guy for that, or an arm for that, or a tool or something.
Or popular show like Game of He had Long
Yes.
Claw. I think my character had Long for a while.
I'm afraid to pull up like all the other stuff because I don't want to crash the system. I'm still like nervous when we do these live streams because I started doing that 1080p last week. We went like 3.5 hours without crashing, but I don't want to test my luck, so I'm trying to like take it slow.
Are you in 1080p right now?
Yep.
What did you start out at on 720?
720.
Okay.
I didn't like it because when I would try and pull up like websites, you couldn't read the letters.
Gotcha.
It's just 720 just sucks, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's funny is that's still the most popular form of media, DVDs. Or actually, no, that's even 480.
No.
So standard depth.
That's bad.
Yeah.
No one watches DVDs anymore, at least not that I know.
Really? It's still like the highest selling media.
Really? Yeah, because you can get it for like $1 a disc. I mean, any kind of like moving media, I'm not a fan of anymore. So
yeah,
solid state for me all the way through and through. So Wesley,
yes,
everybody knows you as Thinking Art Entertainment. Not many people know your actual name, so this is like a reveal for you.
Yeah, I'm Wesley Mellott. I run the Thinking Art Entertainment YouTube channel. I'm a filmmaker from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, like the Philly suburbs. Yeah, I've been doing filmmaking for a little over 7 years, I think. It's been a journey.
Yeah, I think my first film the first film I saw you make was the one with the guy dating with the pauses.
Oh yeah, it was last year's 48-hour.
Click repeat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
You've
was
seen
good.
it?
Yeah, I watched
Thank
it.
you.
Oh, we lost
really
you.
Good.
You know what?
Is it
Skype sucks.
Is it something with me or?
No, it's not you. It's probably the 1080p.
Gotcha.
You're back. You're good.
So Evil Corkin, I just want to point out, says, anyone see Midsummer movie? Very recent. It's such a strange movie. Very odd, defo, and interesting watch for filmmakers. And he also says, also I watch DVDs. Fuck you.
I've never seen that movie.
I did see it.
What'd you think?
I didn't like it, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, did you see it?
It just didn't look like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
To go to the theater for anyway. I mean, maybe if it's on, obviously I'm gonna watch it, but I didn't want to go like out of my way to watch it, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was an underwritten movie, and I'm sure people will argue with me, but
is it based on Shakespeare or is it
no.
Just a play on words?
It's
just a
still
play
in
on
theaters.
words. Yep, it only came out like
All right.
3-4 weeks ago.
Right. It got a lot of buzz though, man. Everybody was talking about it for a good 2 weeks, big time. Evil Corkin says, "Oh, I thought it was strange. Didn't know what to expect. I didn't like nor dislike it, but it sure kept my attention 100% of the time." We did a movie review with this guy, and old Corkin over there is like all crazy and shit when he wants to be, but when it comes to like reviewing movies, he's so like benign. He's not going to tell you one way or the other. It's good. It's all right.
Yeah.
I only
thought
recognize the lead actress's name, and I don't know where I know her from.
She was in something else, but one other
Really?
thing.
Oh. Lady Macbeth, The Commuter, Marcella. Black Widow. Oh, she's going to be in the new Black Widow film.
I'm skeptical of that movie. There's not enough information. I really don't know how to feel about it. I guess we just have to wait for like a trailer or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
So let's talk filmmaking, man.
I was gonna say I know I haven't seen the movie, but I know her from that Fighting with My Family trailer with The Rock.
That's where I've seen her face.
all right.
Name.
The Rock. He's in everything, man.
I know.
He's pulling a Nicolas Cage on the good side. I mean, most of his movies aren't that great, but He literally is in every freaking movie.
What did I see?
I guess he's more like a Sam Jackson.
Yeah. I saw today somebody put up like a joke meme that they'll do a live action Toy Story remake in 2023 with Nicolas Cage playing Buzz Lightyear and Keanu Reeves playing Woody. And it had their faces like photoshopped onto the characters.
Keanu Reeves was in the last Toy Story.
Yeah. Buzz.
Duke, whatever, Duke something.
Oh,
Wasn't it Buzz? Or no,
The
Duke.
Canada
No,
guy.
he was
Duke
like that
Kaboom.
old 80s, like those wind-up motorcycles used to pull the string and then they let them go and they would like go up ramps and shit.
Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom, that's
there
it,
you
man.
go.
There you
yeah.
go.
That's funny.
Indeed, man.
I can do that.
I can do that. Whoa.
Toy Story 4 was really good. I didn't think that they could do anything after Toy Story 3 because I think Toy Story 3 really wrapped up the arc.
Yep, I felt the same way.
And it was like, I remember halfway through Toy Story 4 going, okay, all right, they're doing it, but they're not going to make me cry. And then, I'm not ashamed to admit I cried at the end of Toy Story 4.
It's a nice ending.
Really?
Yeah, it was nice.
I saw 4 and honestly, like, so I was in college learning computer animation in 95 when that came out. And so that's like a big deal to me, Toy Story. I felt like 4 just went too far. I thought 3 was the perfect ending, and I don't know, 4 didn't feel right. It felt like it just felt wrong in some places. Enough places where it didn't feel comfortable. and they alienated like a shit ton of the cast. So it was really weird.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
They did kind of do that, but I felt like it was more of Woody's story rather than the rest of the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't care as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ, welcome to the chat.
Hey, DJ.
Awesome to see you, man. He's always in there, man. He's a trooper too. Yeah. So what else you guys seen lately that you dug? Before we get into the dirty details.
I think Toy Story and Midsummer were the last things that I've seen. I liked Toy Story 4. I did not like Midsummer. And then we started watching Stranger Things Season 3.
Yes.
But
I was waiting if someone was going to bring that up.
it really pissed me off because last night I was just scrolling through Twitter after watching episode 3, and I see a spoiler for the last, like the ending, and it made me so mad.
No, dude.
You got burned.
Yeah.
That was like, to me, it was like Stranger Things 1, and then 2 was kind of like, eh, and then 3 just, it brought it right back. I thought season 3 was fantastic. So that sucks, dude, the spoiler.
I know. I was really angry.
I bet.
Yeah.
And then today...
I thought...
Oh, go ahead.
No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, and today, because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, everybody is tweeting about it. So I basically just have to stay off Twitter.
Yeah. I have avoided every single time. Every time I see anything about that, I just move on.
Yep.
Don't even mess with it. Curiosity killed that shit. Yeah, Corkin's saying Avatar just got smoked by Endgame, but Disney basically just beat Disney.
Yeah.
Is it really like getting smoked? And then when Avatar comes out with the next 3 or 4,
Yeah.
that's Disney again at this point. So
I can't really say if it's worthy or not. I mean,
I think it was expected.
yeah.
well, they both cheated. They both had re-releases.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't really say like who did what. They both like snaked the system a little bit.
Yep.
So
And Star Wars is still, or I can't remember the name of it. Episode 7.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, yeah. Is still the highest grossing movie in America.
Yeah, it hit like $1 billion, right?
It was like 900 some million.
Jeez.
That's That's insane.
Yeah. But even then,
we're talking. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, even then, like those movies gross like X amount of dollars in 2019, but they're still not selling as many tickets as I forget what it is. Like Gone with the Wind maybe has like the highest ticket sales ever.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Gone with the Wind, if you account for inflation, is like $1 trillion or something.
Yep.
Corkin's a bastard Brit. You know, this is why we kicked your ass in the revolution, man. No one cares about America.
Adjusted gross for Gone with the Wind in America alone is 1.8 billion.
Jeez.
Oh, it was 1.8 billion
Yep.
in America alone, but what was it total?
It doesn't tell me an adjusted for inflation number for worldwide. Worldwide, it grossed $400 million. And that
At the time, or
yeah, at the time in 1939.
So that's probably like a couple billion, right?
Yeah, well, actually, if you look at it this way, 200 million was in America, and then 200 million was worldwide. So if you just double the 1.8 billion, it would be 3.6 billion.
Jeez. No one's gonna beat that, man.
No.
No one's gonna beat that. But that movie's epic too, man. Hey, Aisha, 1994, welcome to the party again.
Hey.
You're another trooper. She's an amazing artist. She does some really cool digital art.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
glad to see her in the chat every single time.
I'll have to
You guys are awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Don't behave. Everybody in the chat, make sure you go as crazy as you possibly can. This is a rated R show. Just letting you know. If you have any kids, lock them in the basement.
Mine are. Wait, no.
I'm waiting for Danny to come in. If he comes in, I got a surprise for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll wait for the reveal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Hey, so you
Well,
guys,
if he doesn't pop in, obviously I'll say what the reveal is.
Okay.
you guys see the new Lion King?
I didn't.
Didn't. I don't know if I want to see it, honestly.
Really?
You got to understand, the Lion King is my all-time favorite movie. I mean, that animated, and then Jurassic Park would be my favorite live-action movie. So already going into it, I'm thinking, dude, you can't touch the original Lion King. And I tried to go into it with a good attitude, you know, and just no expectations, but there was just some stuff that it took me out. It just took me out of the movie. It didn't have the same feel. You know what I mean? Like, they tried so hard to, like, when you're word for wording something, but then you change the feeling of it, don't bother with it. Don't. It's like it was odd. It was very odd.
Yeah. I heard that you couldn't see so people are used to seeing the characters emote, you know, exaggerated, and I heard it was so realistic that there was no real emotion in the character's expression.
You know, I did not have a problem with that. I mean, one thing I did see recently, I guess some digital artist made they took the screenshots from the live action and made them more animated to look like the cartoon, and that is just, to me, terrifying. Like, I think if you're gonna do it, I think they did it right. You know, like, make them look real. I liked the way Pumbaa looked. I thought he was a fantastic. I mean, he looked like a warthog. It was awesome, you know. And Timon looked like a meerkat. Perfect, you know. But if you tried to animate them and change the features and stuff like that, it wouldn't have worked. So I think animation-wise, they did what they should have done. It's just as a movie, why do it? Why touch the original? And I read another article about how they made it with Jon Favreau basically standing, you know, in like an empty warehouse with like VR goggles on, going through the, you know, the Sahara because he had it all right there, and that's how he got the shots and everything. And so I think one of the reasons
Really?
one of the reasons why I think they made that movie, they started doing that back with the Jungle Book, that kind of filmmaking, and they composited, the actor on top of that shot, but it looked flat. And so with the Lion King, they're still developing that technology, working on that technology, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons why they made that. And I think, in my opinion, anyways, is because they're still testing that technology and they wanted to try it out. So, just sad that they did it on The Lion King.
Well, that, and I mean, everybody's calling it like a live action, but it's not really live action. It's just a different form of
form of animation. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And their only excuse for not calling it an animated thing was, well, animation is stuck, in people's brain as, a cartoon. And so that's why they didn't call it animated. But yeah, it's
not
animated.
anymore.
It's animated. It's totally animated. But no, I mean, I heard Aladdin was supposed to be really good. My wife saw it with our son yesterday, and she said it was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over that first reveal of the genie.
No, well, okay, no spoilers. I want to see it. Was it different, Wesley? What'd you think?
Oh, I didn't see the movie.
Oh, okay.
I just remember like the teasers that were released where you first saw the genie, and he looked like awful.
I don't watch
I remember
trailers.
I try not to.
Yeah, I stopped watching trailers. Iron Man 2 was what killed trailers for me. I call them spoilers because I like, especially with the movies nowadays and the movies I really want to see. I love all the Marvel movies. I love the Star Wars movies. Part of the wow factor is the visuals. So when you watch the spoilers, see what I did there? They spoil everything for you. I remember my buddy was like, watch the Iron Man 2 trailer. And I said, does it give away anything cool? He goes, no, it doesn't give away anything cool. First thing in the trailer, the suitcase armor. And I was just like, man, you know how cool that would have been to see for the first time in the theater instead of like on my couch on a stupid phone, Like, nah, I don't watch trailers. I don't do it.
Yeah, I can't help it. I gotta watch them. If they spoil it, they suck. If they don't, good on you.
Well, even then, even if the trailer doesn't necessarily spoil big plot points, it still gives you expectations for a movie, which I think is largely a negative. It at least alters your experience. Because I don't like watching a movie and thinking oh, this is that scene from the trailer.
Yeah, or that scene didn't show up in the movie.
Right.
Like that happens a lot. Marvel lately has been creating complete scenes or rewriting scenes in post to just jack with everybody.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk
putting fake things.
in
Hulk
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's costume in Far From Home.
RAGER.
Yeah.
I agree with Rigger.
That's awesome.
Rigger is his bedroom name. See, that's the evil Corkin I know.
Nah, if it's a movie I'm not interested in or maybe I don't know about, then trailer's fine. But if it's a movie I'm totally into, yeah, I won't watch. I won't watch Star Wars trailer, teaser, nothing. I don't even want to see a poster. I didn't even read the cast for Force Awakens. I had no idea. When Kylo Ren took off his mask, it was the biggest shock in the world to me. I was like, no idea. It was awesome. It was
That's
a great
the
experience.
dude from Girls or whatever.
I had no idea who Adam Driver was, so that was cool.
Hey, Adam from Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch is in the house for a second. He's got to put the kids to bed. And you better put him to bed because this is not a kid's show. Although I'm going to do a Miscast Kids stream, and I will do a kids show. I promise, Adam. I promise.
I feel like we've been pretty family friendly so far.
Yeah, it gets crazy. We're all right. I think we're all right. The last two shows have been okay.
Yeah.
But, Danny, Mick, and Frank are on, and pants go out the window, the gimp comes out, ball gags go in the mouth.
Jeez.
Nice to meet you as
Yeah,
well.
hey, thanks, Aisha. That was really nice of you to say. I'm glad I met you, too, from Art of Morbid, man. You're awesome, too. It's really awesome of you to say.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I feel like playing some of her stuff, but I want to start picking some brains. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been talking some silly theater shit, but let's talk about some independent film shit.
Cool.
Start at the top and just move our way down. Start with old Jay Allen.
What's up?
What are we working on?
What are
We'll
we
play
working
some
on?
stuff.
Yeah, you want to play some of the stuff?
So I'm gonna play some stuff.
Yeah. I'm actually currently...
What am I allowed to play, by the way? So I have
Yeah, see,
everything that we've played.
let's see. Show
You
us
tell
something
me.
fun. Show.
You're the director.
All right, let's see. Well, first, I think everybody needs to know what's going
Well-
on, because...
Let me show you some of the fight choreography from you, and explain to everybody what you are as far as kung fu goes.
Okay. So, yeah, I've been studying Kung Fu for a long time now. I'm a Shifu. So, Shifu is the Chinese word for instructor. So, this clip here is from my first independent film. I was producer on and writer. This scene in particular was really kind
That
of
wave
interesting.
splash was awesome.
Yeah. When we first...
Yeah, where'd you find that in Florida?
That's Below Rocks up in Jupiter.
All right.
So, yeah, that scene was pretty unique. So here's my big old giant enormous beard. My character was like super depressed.
So explain to everybody like what you do, like what's going on here. Like,
Okay, so this is one of the things I wanted to showcase with this movie was my martial arts. It's 8-step praying mantis kung fu. I wanted to accomplish something really neat with the scene. I love the idea of like the long one takes, where it's just one take, guys taking out people, boom, 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 gun. How would a guy do in a situation where he's got to fight multiple attackers, and he's really got to end people here. So like this guy here, he's got to end him. He's got to take him out somehow. Breaks his arm. And go to sleep.
Bam.
Bam. So, a couple more guys come in. The whole point of my martial arts is, we don't mess around. Just like a praying mantis, you grab, you bite the head off. We got to take out guys pretty quickly and efficiently. So I tried not to mess around too much with my choreography, leaving people, unaccounted for, so to speak.
so I'm gonna pause it here.
Sure. Yeah, question me, because...
No, I just
Rambling.
want you to explain to everybody, like, I want you to tell everybody, like, who you are in the gym. Like, how deep into this are you? Like, where does your film experience come from? Like, where's your aspirations? Where are they going? Like, just give us a general idea of
Oh, jeez.
Rager Rigged.
What led up to... Okay, well,
Not to put you on the spot.
you are. I tried to write a little outline. I'm looking over at my second monitor, my outline, and I'm, like, panicking now. No, I've been creating stories for as long as I can remember, and so that was my first attempt at really getting into independent film. I'd been a part of some other projects before as kind of like just a PA, independent films, kind of more of a background character. With this one, I really wanted to step into director's chair, and so I wrote this story. I wanted to showcase human trafficking, and I wanted to showcase my martial arts. This is the two things I wanted to do. I wanted to... So I wrote that story, and I started directing it, and the guy I was partnered with at the time completely stabbed me in the back. So I had to shelve the project. The project was shelved for the longest time until one of the actors, good friend of mine, Chris Marks, said, "Hey Josh, let's bring the film back." And so introduced me to a guy named Alexander Liotti, and the three of us produced it. Alexander directed it, so he did all the camera work and all the editing and stuff, and I stepped into the role as actor, as the main character, because I knew the fight choreography, and so it was much easier for me to just kind of step into that role and do it, because there was so much that had already been choreographed, and it was easier for me to just play the part than it was to teach a new actor to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so you took the role because you just wanted to whoop everybody's ass that you hired.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I had a really cool guy, Nicholas Santana, friend of mine. He was originally cast as Mason Hill. Mason Hill's the main character in that film. And so Nick actually did a lot of choreography on that as well. That long take scene that you did, Nick, was a big part of that choreography. He was originally cast when I was first doing the project before it was shelved. And then about a year later, when I picked the project back up again, I said, "Hey, Nick, we're doing it, man." And he goes, "I'm moving to China." So that was with him exiting the role. That's when Chris and Alex and I decided that I would step in for it.
Well, I'm glad. You definitely make the Mason character awesome. I mean, I would know since I'm working on the second film with you.
Oh, yeah. We're taking the second film to a whole new level, right? Oh, yeah.
Do you guys live close to each other?
45 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
South Florida is all about not living close, but living close.
Yep.
It's weird like that. Everyone's about an hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, I used to live in Pennsylvania too, but on the other side of the state.
Pittsburgh?
In Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yep.
Where at in Pittsburgh?
Ross Township, right outside the city.
Okay.
On the hill. There's like two big giant hills. One's like Mount Washington. I was on the other one on the other side.
The one with the tunnel?
No, that's Mount Washington.
Okay.
That's the cool one. That's where you don't even know you're going into a city, and you go through that tunnel, and it just opens up into the three rivers. It's so cool. You never forget that, man. Adam lives in Pittsburgh. Oh, crap, my dad makes me watch. I feel bad for you because the winters there suck. I feel bad for you too, Wesley, because the winters there suck.
Yeah, they're not very fun.
What's winter? South Florida boys
right?
speaking here.
Winter to us is like 50 degrees
So
for a day or two.
I was going to say 70, but yeah, 50's cold too.
Yeah, that's when like the lizards start falling out of trees like coconuts.
And they literally do?
Yeah.
I went to school at Penn State, which is in State College, Pennsylvania, and
All right.
they call it Happy Valley because it's a valley between two mountains, and the winters up there were so much colder than the rest of the state because all that cold air coming through the valley.
Oh yeah.
It was on average, I think, 10
It's like a
degrees
wind
colder
tunnel.
than the rest of the state.
I believe it, man. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You probably loved it.
Oh, it sucked. And then winter's like 6 months now anyway, so...
Yeah, right? Winters are getting longer and summers are getting hotter. It's getting unbearable down here, by the way. Like,
Really?
it's hard to take. It's hard to go outside at all in the summertime. The sun is so insane. Like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I know the winters up north are getting crazy long. DJ, I did not check out your video yet. I will, though. I've been just really, really busy lately. I had a big exam earlier this week that I passed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
So now I'm a personal trainer. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I'll try. Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch says the great scene in Perks of Being a Wallflower features the tunnel beautifully.
That was a nice scene.
I haven't watched that whole movie, but I definitely now am going to check that out.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's really cool. I haven't watched the whole thing, though. I think I worked on it at work over at Custom Play.
I didn't see it. I didn't get
Worked on it?
Yeah.
We used to our old job, we were working on a program and a platform that gave, users the ability to control their content.
Mhm.
So we would code all that content, and in coding that content, we literally went through movies frame by freaking frame for decades. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's
A lot of fun too.
That's
pretty awesome.
That's where Popcorn Trivia was birthed from. Was from Custom
Yeah.
Play. So yeah, did movies for
Most
a long time,
definitely.
man. That was the coolest part
All right.
about that, was going through frame by frame.
Yeah, it was. It was watching everybody's like styles. It was super cool to like. You started to notice like director styles like after a couple of years of working with them. It was crazy. Wesley, you've got some really cool shit coming up. I need to hear about this.
Where do you want me to start?
I don't know. You tell me. You tell everybody.
So next week, we're releasing an action scene that we did for a month-long action scene challenge. Basically, the challenge was you have to create a 60-second action scene featuring, I think they gave you 4 choices of a line of dialogue, and you got to include one of the 4, or you include all 4, whatever. But basically, we just did kind of like a simple fight scene with a gun and stuff, and we're doing some like cool visual effects. So that's due on Monday, depending on what time we get it in, because we're still working on it and polishing everything up. Depending on what time we submit it, it'll either be released on our channel on Monday or Tuesday.
So, tell me about the actors and their ability. I'm gonna try and pull it up here real quick.
It's not on the channel yet, but
didn't you put up a? I thought you had a video up upcoming projects. Right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, there is a little scene in there.
Yeah, I saw them like practicing their choreography.
New website. What do you think?
It's the
Apologies
girls, right?
for my absence. I know it's been a while since our last upload.
I hate hearing
but
myself talk.
I've been
There you go. How about that?
That's perfect.
I just wanted to show the stuff while you talk on this show. So
Okay.
how about that? There you go.
Yeah, so the 2 actresses are Lauren Lavera and Katie Miller. Lauren Lavera knows like 10 to 15 different kinds of martial arts, and Katie has taken classes of Kung Fu, I think, before, but isn't like super fluent in it. But we actually had a stunt choreographer on set that choreographed the fight and everything. He's fluent, for lack of a better word, and a lot of different martial arts as well. So having him on set was really helpful.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's also a clip on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull that up. Some programs it won't let me screen capture film. And I
gotcha.
don't want to crash. I don't want to crash the system. I'll
Makes
test Instagram out in a different venue. So you actually have a choreographer. Like, how do you budgeting all this stuff?
So this was just like a challenge that. Okay, so what happened was, if you're familiar with the channel Film Riot,
Yeah.
they're doing this competition in partnership with the company LaCie, which makes hard drives. And
Okay.
they started the challenge on like June 26th, and basically the deadline is July 29th. So you get slightly over a month to create that 60-second action scene. And basically my July was so packed that there was only 1 week that I could do it, or 1 weekend that I could do it, which was like the first weekend of July. And I had 1 actress on board and 1 crew member on board, and I had kind of a location. And then
Okay.
basically we were like, so I have this idea. I wrote like a little script based off a larger script that somebody else wrote. And I said, we can try to do this, but it might fall through because everything was happening fast and we didn't really have enough time to plan anything out. And then in 2 days, I ended up getting, I think, 9 volunteer crew members, and including the
wow.
second
That's the
actress.
best kind of crew right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just a lot of people that want to create something and they're super passionate about creating and collaborating.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's what we're doing. We got the opposite issue. I mean, old Jay Allen over there, he's writing and directing it, and we're just chocked full of choreographers.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a ninja.
Hey, that's good.
wrong culture.
If you want to do,
you know what I'm trying to say.
if they can do like stunt work and stuff and be, like the stunt performers.
Oh, everybody does their own stunts.
Yeah,
on
a
these
lot of the
movies.
guys,
like they beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, the guys I'm doing the main fights with in this upcoming project are guys I do kung fu with. We just filmed a scene a couple weeks ago. I fight my instructor. So that was I fought him in the first movie, and then I'll fight him again in this movie. And then so he choreographed his fight scene in the first movie, and he choreographed his fight scene for this movie as well.
He was the guy we just watched, right?
Did you?
Did I show him?
I don't think you showed.
I don't know that maybe I didn't show him. Hang on.
You started to.
Stand by.
Yeah, you started to. You cut right when we went to the kung fu school. We totally cheated that location. That was great. We went from this art warehouse in West Palm Beach to our kung fu school in Lake Park.
So
Yes,
that's him
there's
right
my
there.
instructor. Yeah, so he reprises his character in the next film, and we totally expanded on his character and made it a lot more fun. Interesting, I guess, is the better word for it.
He's a dirty, dirty boy.
I actually want to do more fight stuff after doing that 60-second action scene.
Oh man,
I love watching your behind the scenes stuff, man. Like
Oh,
every
thanks.
time you put the behind the scenes stuff up, you can probably notice my comments are like way longer.
So yeah, he's actually his fighting style here. He's called MMA fighter because he's supposed to be fighting mixed martial arts. And actually, my pants in the back there, behind the scenes, behind the scenes for you, that my pants ripped. I had to duct tape them together and finish the scene with duct tape pants. Yeah, no, I wanted to see what I wanted to showcase my kung fu style versus different types of martial arts, and so this was the MMA fight, my kung fu versus a mixed martial arts fighter, and this one is the director. This guy here,
the director?
Yeah, he's the director. He choreographed this fight scene because this is capoeira, and so now this is 8-step praying mantis kung fu versus capoeira, and at this point, I mean, of course, I'm not biased, but my style would win no matter what. But no, at this point, my character's like he's beat the tar. He's already fought like 15 people, so this guy gets the upper hand because of that. Only that reason. Yeah, see, I fight smart. I'm gonna go for the weapon. You could take your shirt off, chump.
Why didn't you take your shit off there, Jay?
I'm pretty.
Every fight scene should have shirts off.
You need to oil up too, man.
Oh,
Bloodsport style.
hey, yeah, Lego's shirtless in the sequel. He takes his shirt off.
In the sequel, you become a responsible adult and cut your hair. So
Gosh, dude, that fighting style is so. Oh yeah, that fighting style is so deceptive, man. Like when we were going through the choreography, he would like spin around one particular kick, and I kept reacting to like his right foot. And it wasn't until we went through the choreography a few times and filmed it that I realized, I was reacting to the wrong foot, because it's capoeira is so misleading and so deceptive. It's really neat.
It's the point of it, though, right? It's supposed to be like a cobra or something, right?
Well, I heard it was. If any capoeira people are out there, please correct me. But I heard that it was created because the slaves, they had their hands bound, and so they had to kind of fight with their legs. But then they made it look like dancing because the guards, would you can't practice martial arts. So they created like a dance fighting system, mostly like that because their hands are bound. So,
all right, that makes sense.
I'm totally wrong with that, but that's what I heard, anyways.
That makes sense. I would like to see that in the next Django Unchained. It'll be Django chained with Caballero.
Django chained capoeira. All right, Quentin Tarantino, get on that.
So I have a bunch of stuff. Can we show an animatic or?
Well, I sent you 3 this morning. I mean, you could show some of the whole thing. You don't show the whole thing, but you can show a little bit of it. Let's prefix this, though. I am not a
I'll show the short
effects
one.
person, okay? I am not at all. I just started getting into it because I'm a teacher and I've got the summers off and I've been stuck at home because we have a new kid. So I've had time to play with it, and we needed to we have a really awesome fight scene planned for this movie coming up, Face of the Dragon. And so William and I needed to really visualize and the scene. So I played with Blender and created this little 3D previs. You can show some of it.
How hard is this to make in Blender?
Oh, that's the... it took me 3 days maybe to do this.
Yeah.
I chose a different angle for that. And I love the angle that I ended up choosing for it. But I downloaded from like turbosquid.com. I downloaded a couple, just the mesh, I guess, the 3D rig. It was already rigged and everything. And then from there, like, just duplicated it to create the 2 characters. And every time I try to change the color, so to make like one guy red and one guy blue so you could tell them apart, the Blender crashes, so that's why they're both still just matte white. But yeah, it wasn't that hard. I mean,
so what do you use, Wesley? You do straight up storyboards, or are you using 3D programs as well?
So everything that I've ever done has just been storyboarded on on note cards, on the back of note cards. But recently I got this new program that's called Cinetracer. If you've ever heard of it.
No.
It's basically kind of like a video game and storyboard software built into one.
A video game and storyboard
Yeah,
software?
so you can run around as like a guy with a jetpack on and build sets and put like lighting equipment and cameras and dollies and everything around the set. And then you can enter the camera and take like pictures based on your focal lengths and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, dude,
that sounds freaking awesome.
Because what I was trying to do for William and I downloaded an app called Shot Designer, and I paid the $20 for the full version of it. And I mean, I guess it's helped us, right? I mean, it's not been bad, but it
helps, but it's super confusing at the same time.
It's not gonna show up, is it? No.
Oh, you just hold it there; it'll focus.
Oh yeah, I've also got blur my background on Skype. But
there you
yeah,
go.
there you go. So it's not focusing.
I'll maybe pull back a tad, just a little bit. There you go.
It's still really blurry.
Still not focusing.
Nah, it's
all
not
right. Yeah, but I mean, you can set up your cameras and your actors, and you get action, and you can, you click play and you go frame by frame, and it shows. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's helped, but then we get on set, and it's like, okay, time to reblock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Wow,
there's never the whatever was planned in the pre-production hardly ever works out.
Yeah.
At least in this movie.
It's crazy
Hopefully this,
how much Murphy's Law applies to filmmaking.
It does.
I was watching
really
one of
nice.
your makings actually when I was doing the edit for the promo on social media, and some guy took his glasses off, one of the actors, and you were like, "Oh, I like that cue. Let's do that." Totally out of the blue, like fresh, very cool. Not clicking.
Things like,
Are you talking to me or?
yeah.
I was.
I don't
You
remember
were
that.
you were using the slide on one of the tent shots, and one of the actors came out of the tent and took his glasses off.
Okay, gotcha.
And you were like, "Oh, I like that cue."
Yep.
Totally out of the blue, completely changed the entire freaking scene. But that's how it goes, man.
I do remember that now. The
Yeah,
lurking.
that's one thing I like to do, the improving and leaving things open and
Mm-hmm.
not being so married to it, I mean, there's certain things that, and now because with Face of the Father, I was, I let Alex take the lead because he was directing, but with this one, it's my first, it's really my first time directing anything, and so it's funny. William will go cut or action. He'll say it because I forget to do it sometimes. I'm like, so sorry, but it's neat because it's like there's things that I know now that okay, I've got to get this, I've got to get this, I've got to get this, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, all right, if you guys see something that you want to do that you think will make it better, let's do it, let's film it, because
Mm-hmm.
I think collaborative, especially at an independent stage, collaboration is the best way to go, and the more minds you have on something, the more hands on deck you have building it, the better it's going to be as a project, and the better it's going to be for everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Speaking of that, what happened to your buddy there, Wesley? He was supposed to do the reviews with you, but he never shows up. So.
I know, right? So that's actually the co-founder of Thinking Art.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But so what happened was him and I founded Thinking Art 2012, I think. Maybe like August of 2012. And
Holy crap.
I moved away in 2014. And so I'm 3 hours away from him now.
Where was this?
So my hometown is a little area called Needmore, Pennsylvania. It's 3 hours
Need
west
more
of
people?
here. Yep. So
All right, so it's like by Bethlehem?
no, Bethlehem is like kind of north from Philly.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm surprised you know where Bethlehem is.
Yeah, I do.
So actually, my hometown, Needmore, is maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Pittsburgh.
Oh, so you're like smack dab in the middle of the state
Yep.
then? All right.
And what's funny is Needmore kind of borders Maryland. It's like you have to go through one other
What?
town to get to Maryland. And on road signs, you would always see like Needmore, and then directly under it, the town of Hancock that's in Maryland. So it would always say Needmore, Hancock.
That's just wrong, man. Need more Hancock. Next on Geraldo. So, old Jay Allen, what's your prospects in the future? Like, where do you expect to go? Like, what's this film going to do? Like, where is it going? And where are you going after the film?
Well, let's see. Hopefully we'll do film festivals for sure with this thing. I have, to be honest with you, my ambitions are just to, let's just do it. Let's have fun. Let's go for it. Something comes from it. Something comes from it. But I'm continuing my education, working on an education degree actually. So for the foreseeable future, just I'm going to be a teacher, and in the summers I'm going to do my thing, man. Have fun, make movies, make music, art, create. So I think a lot of what led me to now is all my different creative projects, writing novels, writing books, doing comic books. I created comic books for a while. Music, all of that, and then the career at Custom Play, and working on Popcorn Trivia, it culminated into this, now I can express myself, every creative aspect of who I am as a person through film, and through, because now I can write it. I can get the vision literally out of my head and behind glass, and then in front of viewers' eyeballs. So ultimately, I would love to keep making films. When school starts up again, I'm going to be teaching and then going to school, so it'll eat up a lot of time. Be a weekend warrior at that point. Summers, I plan on going strong, man. I've already written, even while working on Face of the Dragon, I've already started outlining ideas for 2 or 3 other ideas, ranging from a 5-minute short all the way up into an hour and a half feature. So.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I've got ideas galore. So, and I would love to do it. So that's kind of where I think I'm going in the future.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool, man. Very chill, though, but seriously ambitious, which is awesome.
Yeah, seriously ambitious, but not ambitious at the same time. I think I've kind of got a more realistic approach to things, and maybe pessimistic in a way, because of a lot of the projects that I've done in the past that I've worked so hard and dove so hard into doing, just to see them fail, completely and utterly fail. It hurts, and so, but you pick yourself up and you just keep going,
Yeah.
10,000 versions of the light bulb before you finally got it right, so I don't think I've quite failed 9,999 times yet, so.
Right. I'm a big believer in failure.
Yeah, you learn a
Well,
lot
you
from
have
it.
to
Exactly.
fail. Like, you can't learn if you don't mess up.
Right.
There's no way. Unless you're just like a prodigy or something. But even prodigies mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all just about the problem solving, really. Like.
Yeah.
Right. How are we going to do this? How are we going to get it done? With
DJ's saying, do you guys recommend having a trailer or a teaser for your videos on social media? Yes. Without a freaking doubt. You have to have some kind of promotional material for anything you do if you want to get noticed by anybody. So, yes.
Content.
I see,
Content.
Hey, Wesley, do you like Wes or Wesley?
Most people call me Wes.
All right.
Like
You mind if I call you Wes?
99.95% of people call me Wes. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. Yeah, William, a lot of people call me Billy.
Really?
And Will. Yeah, William has like a million names, so I'm used to them all. Bill, Billy, Will, Willie, William.
Do you have a preference?
Not really.
Yeah.
There's so many people that call me all of them, so I really don't care.
What about Billiam?
Someone was calling me Billiam one time, and William's a new one, so you can be the owner of that one. You have a Facebook page for a channel there, DJ? We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'll check it out.
Definitely. So what about you there, Wes? What are you doing? You're doing a lot of like independent stuff.
Yep.
What do you do for a living, and where are you going?
So I work for a social media company for a living in the quality department. So basically my company...
The hell's the quality department?
So I basically... when you call a company and they say this call is being monitored for quality assurance purposes?
Oh,
I'm that asshole that's monitoring it for quality assurance purposes.
So someone actually does monitor the goddamn call? Holy shit.
Not
I
usually...
just thought that was something people said.
That's awesome.
99% of the time, no one is listening while that call is being taken place, but they listen later.
All right.
Yep.
If something comes up or something?
If something comes up, or basically the way like a lot of companies work is internally, you get quality reviews like monthly, and depending on the company, you could have like 2 audits per month, 5 audits per month, 10 audits a month. It really depends on what your specific job entails. Our specific company, we do 2 audits per month for customer service calls. And then we do 2 audits a month for what are called onboard calls. It's where we're like bringing customers on board.
So I thought you were mostly doing DP work, or no?
I do DP work freelance on the weekends and everything.
Okay.
Yep. So,
but you've got something to steady the old paycheck, though.
Yeah, sadly, I have a sadly.
No, I feel you.
You know, it's a benefit that I have a full-time job, but.
No, I hear you, man. I was just saying in the last stream last week that it's tough for us to keep a full-time job in this industry. It's like super tough.
Really,
the competition's fierce, man. Like, not fierce in a good way either.
No.
Like, most people are really like not very talented, but they're all over the goddamn place.
Right.
Like, so.
Yeah.
So. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm not that one. Let that thought go.
So when you do DP work, tell us about it if you don't mind.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Oh, I want to know everything, man. If you give me time to pick your brain, I would like every single detail.
Yeah.
When I do it, it's all over the place. It's not always cinematography. It's like photography, cinematography, sound, graphics. It's everywhere. I can't like pick one thing, but I feel like you are like honed in on specifically lighting and camera work.
Yeah. So usually the way it works is most of the time I am not the person physically lighting the shorts and stuff. I usually have a dedicated gaffer that is doing all that.
Shit.
But basically, you know, I tell him how the shot's going to look and what I want lighting wise, and then he goes and moves lights around, places them where, and then we start to really dial in that look and get it to what I'm thinking. And
so is the gaffer like? Does he know? Like, obviously, he knows lighting.
Yeah, he's really good.
All right,
that's awesome.
Cool.
He's lit.
So you're like one of those like
films.
experts. It's just like do my shit, and the dude does it.
No, I mean, I would say he's the expert, and I just tell him what I'm looking for. Really, I do light my own stuff if there isn't like the need for a gaffer. Like I've been on shorts where I'm the DP and that's it for the camera department. So I'm sitting there moving lights back and forth and then running back and forth between the camera to see what I just did to the light and everything. And that's a struggle because, you know, you can't really see what the light's doing in the lens while you're running or, you know, moving it.
Oh, dude, like trying to expose on the fly is a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is. Especially like I'm not using a monitor. Like what I like about like watching you work is you've always got a monitor.
Yeah.
I envy that.
What's
Big
bad
time.
is like there have been times where I've ditched the monitor. Like I used to work on DSLRs, but now I've graduated to this thing.
Let's see it. Can we see it?
Yeah, let me take it off.
What is this thing?
Come into focus.
Hopefully I don't drop it.
That would be bad.
Please don't drop it. I don't want to be the stream that ruined your new gear.
Oh. Is it
It's that Skype focus thing. It's the same. Yeah.
Is it focusing on it?
Nice.
Kind of. Disable the
doing
Skype focus.
Oh yeah.
Kill the Skype thing for a second.
Oh no, we're gonna see your bed.
That thing looks like it weighs a ton.
It's kind of heavy.
You got the monitor on. You got the whole rig
Yeah.
set up on that thing. Look at that battery pack, man.
Yeah, this thing's huge.
It's awesome.
Oh, is it a mirrorless?
So this is just a legit cinema camera.
Really?
Yeah, it's
What is it?
called the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, 4K.
Oh, that's the one you were testing.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and I don't have the follow focus attached, but I do have a follow focus. on here.
We were wanting that so bad the other day. I kept telling
Pocket 4K.
Jay Allen, I was like, dude, we need a focus ring, man.
Oh, yeah. And I got my little handle up top here, so.
Oh, yeah, that's so nice, man.
That's cool.
That is very nice.
But the screen on the back here is
huge.
5.5 inches, whereas
Jeez.
on most DSLRs, it's like 3 inches.
If that.
Yeah, if that. You're lucky if you get a 3-inch screen.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 inches on my cam, the big boy.
The 1DX?
1DX. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I think that's on there. Blur my background again.
I'm surprised that you don't like sleep with your Ronin.
What's surprising is I don't get very many jobs that want the Ronin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Recently, I did a car shoot for Porsche that they wanted all Ronin, so I felt like I finally, earned something for the Ronin.
I'm sure you're probably using the sliders more than anything.
I use the sliders a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people just want handheld.
Yeah, well, handheld's always good. I've been watching a lot of like just regular TV shows lately just to see the style and the newer stuff like Amazon and Netflix. And I gotta say, like 80% of the shots are handheld.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's
you can
so
totally
quick.
see this. Yeah, it's like a lot of motion, a lot of quick turns and stuff, and that's a style right now. I mean, but for like interviews and stuff like that, it's still the rail and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, you remember
What was that?
Josh Ritter saying on the set of Beach Bum, it was all handheld. Everything was handheld.
Yeah, that's right. He was saying that. How would you... DJ saying, Wes, how would you rate my lighting job for my videos? And
yeah, I
Wes
responded in the chat.
Yeah, I got something I'd like to say about that. I think you need a little bit more light on your green screen to get rid of the artifacts. Is that what you said there?
Similar. I didn't bring up the green screen.
It's tough, man. Lighting is like painting. It takes a long time and a lot of practice.
Yep. And
you never really figure it out. You're always in a different situation that requires crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an ongoing process. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Like lighting is great.
It's its own art form.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what movie it was. It had like, I think it was Spider-Man. I hated the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I thought Andrew Garfield, no. But I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2 when they went into, it was like him and Emma Stone, they go into like a closet and it's like dark, but it's got like the vents with the slits in it and stuff, and so like the light, the way it was coming through. And I think the reason why I liked it so much was because I watched a behind the scenes documentary about it when they were talking about how they lit that scene and the lighting and how they were looking for ways to make it dynamic, and so having it instead of just like a straight light on the actors' faces, like they got them with the slits, you know what I'm saying, and the vents of the door, just to try to change it up a bit, make it different, unique. So yeah, there's definitely an art form there with lighting that maybe I'll get into one day. Like I'm playing with visual effects at the moment.
Hey, visual effects are fun too.
Some pretty.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you could do lighting with visual effects too. I mean, there was.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But you can massage a mistake. Basically, that's the way I would put it.
Yeah, there was a tutorial on Video Copilot. Andrew Kramer.
Yeah, Andrew Kramer.
Video Copilot. Yeah, that guy's awesome. He did a. It was the same thing. It was like a window with the slits in it, and then he like was able to amplify the light and make it come through like a foggy mist kind of thing, and it looked really awesome. Just done with like a radial blur.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Oh yeah. No, those are great. I use it a lot when I do photography.
Yeah, very cool.
But But yeah, you don't want to like spend hours and hours on motion tracking and all that crap. When
Right.
you should really get it right.
Get it right on.
in the lens.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Practical is always better.
Yeah.
Well, not always better, but I mean, practical versus. Here's a good example of practical versus visual effects, where practical's hands down 10 times better. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, practical.
What?
Practical, man. With the guys, the suits, so much better.
I haven't
than Michael
seen that
Bay's.
movie since like the 90s, man.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome. You know, they're so much better than Michael Bay's CGI garbage. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't even watch that shit, but explain to me this. Like, why do the turtles wear masks? They're the only damn Ninja Turtles in existence.
They're hiding their identities.
From what? All the other, like, green-skinned humans with shells on their backs?
Is this so they can tell each other apart?
That's what I heard, like, so that the audience can tell who the hell...
Yeah, I guess because
the
they would all just be
orange one.
green.
Yeah.
I think
look.
Michelangelo literally needs help figuring out which the other ones are, and you know, if they stood side by side next to each other without opening their mouth, he wouldn't be able to tell. Why
Isn't
are
that
we
like a
talking
trope,
about this?
though? Like, all colored creatures, you can't tell the difference?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know if that's a trope or just racist.
Yeah, probably the latter.
Oh, man. See what you did here, DJ? I have all this material. So I dug up some material that I did like back in the turn of the century.
Oh yeah?
And we can say that now since it was 20 years ago. So, I have something I made in 1995 on the very first version of Adobe Premiere for my first year of college.
Oh, I think somebody asked that question earlier. Somebody was asking.
It'll probably
like,
get
about
me
editing
copyright for sure because it's a Slayer song. I'll play.
Are you a fan of Slayer?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm actually wearing so in the behind the scenes for the action scene that we're releasing, I'm actually wearing a Slayer shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen them lately? They look all freaking gray and crazy.
I know.
Like,
I saw
they
them
look more
live.
White Zombie than.
I saw
What's
them
that?
live last summer.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dude's got like a big burly freaking beard. Is he in like dreads and shit? Like,
Actually, I think
It's all crazy
I think he shaved.
really?
Yeah, I think he has the baby face, but his hair is like
What?
crazy.
Dude, they look. The last time I saw them, they look nuts.
Yeah.
So I did this project for school, and at this time, digital wasn't a thing. So we were supposed to do it analog with the sliders and stuff with tapes and all that crap. But I was like, I found this program online, or not online, in the computer, and I made it this way with a green screen. I created this whole psych and everything, and the teacher didn't believe me. He failed me.
Oh no.
Because he didn't believe I did this myself, but I did with my buddies. And this is like 24 years old
Wait, you did this by yourself with your buddies?
with my friends from high school.
Hell awaits.
Behind the Crooked Cross. It's ancient. I still have that guitar, that Ibanez Flying V.
Nice.
So
I can't play it though.
So this is all your friends?
Yeah, from high school. I came back from college from Pittsburgh to Ohio and we built this massive green screen. I was like, I need to make this video for school. I want to make this cool ass video. And Premiere had just come out. Photoshop and Premiere had just been released. This is the very first version of them. You can tell that the freaking tape I got this off of is ancient.
Which album is this from? Do you know?
Oh, I can't remember. It's back when long hair was still in style. Anyways, I'm probably that's a copyright for sure. But yeah, I failed because of that.
That's so crazy.
He would not believe that I made that. He didn't. In 1995, that was a big deal.
Yeah, I can't imagine making that then. I can't imagine making that in college, let alone 95.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can't make that now.
Yeah, that was the first thing I ever made video-wise in college. I actually was in college for animation, but we had a half of the animation course was video production.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had to learn how to do it practically, so that we understood the animation part of it. I didn't get it at the time. I do now, but we had to use those big giant consoles with the sliders and the 3 monitors that were like the size of a house.
Yeah.
The old monitors.
That's cool.
Crazy stuff. I've got some. I got a trailer from your stuff there, Wes.
Oh, yeah?
Marbletown.
Oh. This was a fun shoot.
Hey, man, nice seeing you, man. Nice seeing you.
You know, a lot of familiar faces roll through this bar every day. And your face ain't so familiar to me.
Is that right?
I like your framing, man.
The full length is up, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I was going to.
Last stop, Marbletown Transportation Center.
Ooh, drone work.
Get your shit packed.
Said I'm not leaving.
You won't have to work for pennies after I'm done with this job. All right, all the problems between you and me, they're gone. Good riddance. I do this quick job. I take this money and get this. Afterwards, I take all the money, Molly. I'm talking 50 fucking grand. This is everything we've been working for, baby.
Don't get cute on me.
Finish getting packed. We're gonna have to leave right away.
Get the fuck out.
We made it, baby. We fucking made it.
That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're waiting for.
Dude,
I haven't watched
I
the
don't think
trailer
I've
in a long
seen
time.
that.
That's epic. That's epic.
It's on your channel, right?
Yeah.
I need to check that out. I've seen all the other. I think I saw all your horror movies. I thought
Yeah.
you were just like making like horror movies
No,
most of the time.
no,
I
that's
found that
a-
trailer. I was like, go ahead.
That's a crime drama. It's really a like an examination of domestic abuse that's kind of disguised as a crime drama.
Oh man, it looks really good. It's well shot. That one's really, really well done.
It's closing in on 150,000 views.
Holy shit.
Nice.
That's no joke. DJ says, seriously, Wes, your stuff looks like a professional movie.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
DJ.
awesome.
That's a good thing. It's freaking awesome. Seriously. I have, you mind if I show our blood test?
Yeah, do it up.
All right.
Yeah.
Where did I put it?
Is this like a practical effect?
It's a proof of concept.
Uh-huh.
So, I had the idea that we should shoot this whole second flick in complete black and white,
Mm-hmm.
but stylize it and kind of go our own way with some style and just like let loose the cannon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said we should make it. We should do this, kind of gritty feel, like Sin City type, and so for me, it's like I kind of see like a mixture between Sin City and Snatch. Really, is kind of what I'm going for, and so and Billy, I kind of played on that. So it's epic. Yeah, show them this.
So this is an idea. So this is a scene from the movie that isn't, it's not obviously completely post-produced, but I just wanted to see what it would look like if we went down that route. And we kind of all liked it. So.
And cut.
It's pretty cool.
And cut.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So we've got a lot more like that we did like proof of concepts with, but I don't think we want to get that on air yet.
Yeah.
I'm tempted. I mean, come on, we gotta maybe do a little bit.
Yeah, I want to, but you already said you didn't want to show it.
Nah, let's do it. Let's throw a little bit up there. I mean, this is not. It's all not. Ooh, you should show them the title card that you came up with.
Yeah, I will. It's a quick proof of concept. I did it, with the time I had. I was studying and stuff, but enough to we could see what it would look like if we went all in.
Right.
Just give me 1 second.
Yes. Yeah. So it was it started with that whole like. He was like, hey, we should do it black and white. So we started talking ideas about, okay, well, what can we do to like make it real fun? And since I've been on like the huge visual effects kick lately, I was like, oh, we could, do some really fun transitions and really cool things. And I said, what if we do like kind of like Snatch like title cards for the characters, where it's like, Frankie Four Fingers, and it like his pauses on like Benicio del Toro and stuff like that. And so he kind of was playing with it on his own, and we did a stream a week or two ago or something, and he showed it to me and just cracked up laughing. So it's totally, absolutely still proof of concept. It's just
I gotta see it.
But it was so funny. It's like, yeah, okay, all right. So I guess he's going to find it right now. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Got it?
All right. Yeah. So this is a direction. I don't know. What'd you say? I was out of the room.
I was just setting it up with the whole like the Snatch title card thing, and then you were playing with this idea, kind of threw it together, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So it's the idea.
It's the idea
to
of
give
it.
us the feels.
Yeah.
It's to give us the feels,
Exactly.
And obviously, post production would be better in the end game.
Okay, that's fine.
Charlie! You're not Charlie!
Dude, seriously? No! Penny Lane, there is a bar showing photographs.
Where's Henry? Where's Peter? I don't know who those people are, man! Henry! Peter! I need location. Come on, man!
That's the dude from Beach Bum, by the way.
I know you're buddy with Peter. Where is he?
Oh, gross, I got whole grain.
Focus! Where is he? Oh, good, Charlie's here. I'm here. You tell Peter Redmond that the Cloud Dragon's coming for him.
Oh. Hey, Cloud Dragon, you forgot your shoe. Heat whole grain.
So as you can see, it's going to be a very tripped out, like, what's his name? Guy Ritchie type movie.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying
Guy
to go
Ritchie.
for, I think.
Yeah. But at the same
Mixed with
time,
a little bit of Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, but totally our own thing. I mean, it's
Sure.
We definitely have our influences, like everybody has influences and whatnot.
Right.
I know for me, one thing about this project, because of all the the failed attempts and stuff that I've had in the past, and moving forward with this one and partnering with William, I really just see it as like William said it. He said it's a labor of love, and it's I'm opening up and I'm just let's do it. Let's have fun with it. Let's make a really fun, enjoyable film that's really it's gonna have its comedic moments, its dark moments. It's really dark moments. It's action moments, and we're gonna do it in a way that is unique. That you definitely feel like those influences, like the Guy Ritchie stuff and Robert Rodriguez, but it's totally William.
Tarantino.
It's totally Tarantino-ish, and it's totally it's the Raging Miscreants. See what I did there? I combined our RAGER
I saw that.
Miscast Entertainment thing there. So it's the Raging Miscreants, our own style, and we're gonna bring it, man. We're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, I really enjoy the fact that we all get to talk about our own experiences, and hopefully we get to meet up, and it would be really awesome. I mean, eventually when we work together in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be great. So how are your films doing though, Wes, when you enter these contests? Because you enter a lot of contests. And we're about to do that for the first time.
Oh, so. Yeah? What are you doing?
This one.
Oh, what's the contest?
Oh, just general film festivals.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was a specific contest or something.
No, we actually missed out on that 1 minute action scene. Like William told me, he's like, dude, the deadline for this 1 minute action scene just slipped through. Oh God,
I heard about it from Wes, and I was like, oh, dang it.
I have an idea.
We've been doing kung fu shit for the last month.
Yeah, I have an idea for that next time it comes up. So maybe the three of us can work on it together. I'm not going to say anything now.
That would be cool.
Maybe somebody will steal my idea.
I was really worried it was going to fall apart.
You did good last year, man. You did a lot of cool stuff. Actually, you have a whole freaking playlist of all the cool stuff you do with those shorts.
Me?
Wes. Yeah, you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry.
My channel's bare. I'm kind of new. Actually, I do have on my YouTube channel a bunch of videos from my dad and my son and I kayaking stuff. I did that for a while. Rakers on the river. So my dad had bought me a GoPro, and so I just filmed us kayaking with my son and the different experiences that we had. So I think that's
those
on
are really
my YouTube
cool,
channel.
but
yeah, I started.
Those are cool, but I think you need to put them on a separate playlist so that they're isolated, so that you have different genres.
Yeah, they should be in their own playlist. Are they not?
Oh, I'm not sure. I only see the uploaded that you have on the top. That's why. Yeah, but how do you do there, Wes, on your contest entries? Do you get nominated or?
So the let me think about I going back really far. So for whatever reason, whenever we started Thinking Art, we decided to jump right into features.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
I saw the first video, or one of the first videos you posted about it a little over a year ago, February 2018, where you were like, I'm coming at this at this full feature with no money.
Yeah.
And that's just you're like, that's just how I want to do it. So.
It's not a good idea to jump right into features first thing, and we learned that after two of them, not one.
Which ones?
So we made a short, or I almost said short film. We made a feature film called Blind Circumstance, which is absolutely terrible. And then we made.
Is it on your channel?
Sadly, it is. I've thought about hiding it.
Sadly.
It's cringeworthy. I can't watch it.
We have to watch it then.
Oh God, it's 2 hours.
I made Ganna go through some serious cringe last week, so.
And then we made a second feature film called Binge that I think played at 8 different film festivals. And my co-founder Andrew, who's also my best friend growing up, He won Best Actor award at a film festival in the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
Sweet.
So
is he the one that is in the dating?
Yep. He's in Date, Click, Repeat.
Yeah, that guy's
Yeah,
great.
all right, cool. The guy with the rolled up sleeves.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I think that was the first time I ever saw any of your stuff where I commented, and I was like, "What kind of guy goes on a date with rolled up sleeves?"
So, Binge was our first foray into like competitions or like film festivals, but nothing like ever came of the movie. It's online on an online distribution site called Real House, and you can rent it or buy it on there for I think like $1 or like $5 or something. And then,
holy shit, dude! You're not kidding. Blind Circumstance is it's 2 hours long.
Yeah, it is bad.
Wow!
Don't waste a minute of your life on it.
Oh, but we are definitely gonna watch this Binge trailer right now.
Binge is even kind of cringeworthy.
Cringeworthy is the best, man. I'm sorry.
So after that, I decided that feature films were obviously not the way to go. This is the April Fool's trailer. This is a complete joke.
Oh.
You can watch it though.
Oh no.
It's all about one punchline. But after that, I decided that I could see progress in my work, but I wasn't getting better as fast as I wanted to making features, and I thought the best way to improve would be to do smaller short films and do more of them so I could get better a lot faster.
So when you went to school, did you go to school for filmmaking or?
In a way, I went to school for media studies was my major. And under that major, we could select different like sub majors.
I got you.
And my sub major was film studies. So I took a couple like filmmaking classes, and a lot of my classes we watched movies and had to write papers on them and really analyze, the writing, the production. Oh, Danny's in the house.
Danny Mick reacts. Holy shizzle. What's up with you, man? You out hanging with Frank, wearing all that leather? You guys exchanging ball gags?
The gimps.
We're about to watch Wesley's, what is this, your first movie, feature film trailer?
So you should actually watch the one that has like 6,000 views. I think it might just be called Binge Official Trailer.
Well, it's not first official trailer?
No, I don't remember why I named them ways. This was like 5 years ago or something. It would be after that one. So
Binge teaser trailer? Binge.
Scroll up. Binge official
here we
trailer.
go. Official trailer.
7,200 views. Is that what it is? I didn't even know it was that high.
Damn, back.
Danny says
good.
You better go easy there, you milk licker. All right, wait, whoa. Hey, don't jump the gun. Hey, Danny, check this out. I got something prepped for you because I'm shooting a special video for you tomorrow or Sunday.
Oh, that reveal.
That's the reveal.
That was a nice reveal.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting. All right. Wait, whoa. It keeps playing without my consent. That's rape. All right.
Oh, snap.
Here we go.
Theater mode.
You got it.
That guy kind of looked like Silent Bob.
I can see that. And that's Andrew.
When you
Yeah,
grow
that
up,
guy's
take responsibility for yourself. Stop going out and getting wasted.
Miranda thinks I have a drinking problem.
You do. You got a drinking problem.
I don't want to wake up wondering who I need to apologize to. I want to get married. I want to have kids. You know, I want to be happy.
He's so young in this.
I know.
I just keep having these vivid dreams, though. I don't know what's going on. Part of me knows that I'm dreaming, but the other half doesn't. Maybe it was just something I wanted to bury deep down.
Oh shit. Wow, that was creepy as hell.
You don't even have to drink, man. Let's just go out and get drunk.
Holy shit, man. 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I was over. I think I was 23 when I made that.
You're a young motherfucker. I was 23 at the turn of the century. Damn. You too, Danny, you old ass bastard. Where am I going here? That was awesome, though. I'm gonna watch these, man. I didn't realize you had like the full features on here.
The that one is not on the channel. That's on a site called Real House.
I'm writing it down. Is it up?
Yeah, it's realhouse.org. And then if you just search binge, you'll find it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check those out.
I haven't had anybody rent it in like 3 years, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the trailer looked pretty sweet. I mean,
Thanks. I mean, it's
all right.
Not bad for a second. Well, never mind.
He's gonna say before that there was no underwear.
Well, you know what's funny? So Andrew, like, there were like takes where he would be walking into places, right? So he would walk outside, and let's say we were filming inside of the apartment, and he was walking into the door. That was the opening of the scene. Well, like 4 takes in, he would just come in wearing only underwear randomly.
That's awesome.
It happened so many times throughout that shooting.
That's awesome, unless you're on set,
right?
And that happens to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like to have improv on my set, but I don't know about that.
We don't have time for
funny.
improv. Whenever we shoot, it's like, get it done in 5 seconds or you die.
Well, yeah,
that was just that last one.
Jay Allen is like the freaking most like whip wielding director of all time.
What? No.
He's like, are you laughing? Get working.
We just. I have a whip too. Yeah, I do.
I know.
No, I had to.
I'm playing, man.
We had to
we
be
have a lot
quick
of
on
fun.
that last one just because Just
It was
timing.
hey man, sometimes you have a location for a certain amount of time, and that's that.
Yeah.
So.
These films, like the films we do now are completely different. Like I made those features fresh out of college, and we made them over the course of like basically a year each. So we were filming on weekends for months, and it was only 3 of us. So
wow.
Most of the time I was the only person setting up anything on set, and then there was me directing, DPing, setting up the lights and everything. There was a sound guy, and then there was the actor, and that was it.
At least you had a sound guy.
Sometimes we didn't have him though, and I just had to put the microphone on a stand outside of the shot.
Yeah, that's the. I think for me the hardest part is the sound.
It's the hardest part for any indie.
Yeah, I don't know how they get the perfect like non-reverb sound.
They don't. It's all
they literally blow the wall out, right?
Oh yeah, and
that's
like
what
big
happens.
Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, it's the only way.
You just use a series of noise reduction, noise reduce, or
no,
you can hear that. Like you can hear
well,
noise
if you
reduction.
use too much of it, yeah, you're gonna suck the room out of the person's voice. But I mean,
right?
Hollywood just has a lot more time and money to do everything.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. Yeah.
So even
they
if,
rip the walls out.
Yeah. Even if they don't get it right on set, they do a lot of ADR.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the ducats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So with like I know with our actors, like they're pretty much all our friends or colleagues or people we know.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Where do you get your talent?
So there are a lot of local resources for filmmakers, and one of those is called film.org. It's the Philly Film Office, and that's where I post a lot of my, jobs that I need, somebody hired for. So I'll post there for actors, or if we need PAs, or if we need a grip or anything. And then there's also a website called backstage.com that's specifically...
Do you pay for it, though?
No, it's a completely free
it's
resource.
volunteer?
Wow. That's cool.
I think we just learned something new.
It's a completely free resource for anybody to use. I think Backstage might charge money depending on the basically what you're using it for. I've only used Backstage.com a handful of times, but I haven't
heard of it.
paid for it.
Is it like one model place for like models? Have you heard of that?
What did you say?
One model place. Is it kind of like a just a resource, like a networking kind of like a LinkedIn kind of for filmmakers?
So you just like post a description of your short film, the actors or actresses that you're casting, and then people can submit their headshot and resume directly to you to it. And then from there, inside they have like an interface where you can say like, oh, I like this person or I didn't like this person, and it sorts it for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is DJ leaving?
I think he may have left. Yep, backstage.com.
I will see you all next week.
I don't know if that
DJ.
is... I don't know if that's like a nationwide thing or if it's specific to like the New York area.
I'm trying it now.
There's a bunch of them that are nationwide, but they only hit the big cities.
Yeah, there is popular.
Backstage does all the way down to right where I am.
Yeah, we're in a pretty popular area. We got Miami and West Palm.
I wonder if I know any of these people. No, nobody on the first page. Wow.
Well, let's give it a look. I'm definitely going to give it a look for. I got a project coming up with JJ. That's pretty. Now that I'm out of school, for the most part, we're going to do this kind of like this. I've been trying to push my channel straight toward straight interviews with talent and creators, you know. And we're going to take it to the next level down in Miami, like walking around, meeting people at different locations where we know the owners, and then interviewing them as we get there. So for Miscast, that's where I want to go. But I need I need people to hold the camera and do the sound, because if I'm in the show, I cannot be doing everything.
Yep.
That's a pain in the ass. It is, because then you got to like set the camera up, rewind, walk toward the camera, pick it up, take it to the next place, do it all again. So it takes you like an hour to do something that should take 15 minutes.
I can't imagine how much time some of like the big vloggers put into their videos.
Like Peter McKinnon?
Yeah, well,
like that dude,
he's a little different now because he is so big that he has a team behind him. But at least whenever
he was 2 years ago, he wasn't big.
Whenever he was coming up, he was doing that stuff all himself.
Yeah, I watched him. I was fascinated by him when he was doing that, like running around, setting his gear up, and then running back and grabbing it. That was crazy.
Danny, I am actually just using my computer.
What's old Danny saying there?
He asked
how much he loves his shirt.
That is a sweet shirt.
It is. I had to get the red.
Danny asked what kind of lens I'm using tonight, and I'm just using the computer, but on Skype there's this blurred background effect that you can apply, and
I really like that blurred background.
I'm using it too, but everyone's pointing out Wes's. I've got it going on too. The Skype blurred
I think it's
background,
because
is it not noticeable with mine, or?
No, it's the lighting.
Oh
Yours
yeah,
is
my
like,
lighting sucks.
Well, you've got the screen lighting
in my face.
so you got a lot of blue.
Yeah, and then I have no.
If I turn this off, it might make a difference. I can't reach it. Holy shit.
Don't shit yourself.
He's gonna fall backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got shitty lighting.
Yeah. So I actually have one.
Monitor lighting sucks.
I actually have one of my lights set up right here outside of frame.
Yeah.
Because I figured that look wouldn't be too good.
Yeah, no, like monitor light sucks. It's too blue.
Is that back to where it was? Yeah.
So I've been buying these left and center. I freaking love them.
What is that?
It's a newer.
Yeah.
Completely adjustable. Temperature wise. They're really nice. What I'm using right now on my face.
Yeah.
I've used it in our short films. They're $40, dude.
Oh, really?
And they're freaking amazing.
Wow, that's great.
This is
They come with like the.
This is a newer 660, I think.
Oh, all right.
Got the 660 LED pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the newer one. It's like $190 for the 2-pack. They're pretty big.
I think that is what this is. I don't
probably
know
what
if it was
you got.
$190 though. I think it was a little cheaper.
Did you get 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep. I think
that's my next. But these little guys are freaking amazing, dude.
I might have to get those for $40.
Dude, they're great fill lights. They're unbelievable fill lights. And when you're in a small room, we just used it, and it's amazing.
Does it have a diffuser?
You can just put them anywhere. What's that?
Does it have a diffuser?
Yeah, it comes built in with the diffuser. And then, the gels just go right on top. Just easy peasy. If you turn them up all the way, though, they get a little hot.
Oh, do they?
But they
Mine's
have a
up all the
battery.
way. It's not hot at all. And it's been
No,
on
you've got
for
the LED.
2 hours.
You've got the panel, right? The big one.
It's not that big. Let's see if I can pop it off. You gonna pop that shirt off? What is that from?
There you go. How's that for lighting? Do I look good now? Using my phone. Wait,
Oh,
it's
no.
gotta be
Wait, what's happening? What's happening there, Jalen?
I want a cool light.
What is that?
You guys have cool lights. I want a cool light.
What is that?
It's my phone.
Oh shit! I can't.
I'm fucking everything up.
Yeah, there we go. No.
It's oh, I just shined it right in my eye. Yeah. Let me turn it off while I do this. Jesus.
That was for you, Danny. All for you.
Wait,
oh, dude, you got barn doors and everything. That's how big those things are?
If I could unblur my background.
I thought in the picture they look a lot bigger.
Yeah, they're kind of small.
How's it work for you though? Is it a good key light or?
I mean, I don't use them on like short films as like a key, but these are the only lights I use for my YouTube stuff.
The one I was looking at, I thought was more of like probably like 20 inches wide, and it's like a material, like it's on like a felt. It's bendable.
Mm-hmm.
But you put it in like this really tiny little soft box. You know, because I've got all these fluorescent daylight soft boxes that are just way too big, and they're just crazy to use, man. I can't stand them anymore. They're just too bulky.
That's how we were.
That
with
thing
the
looks
short
awesome,
films. Like we used to use soft boxes, but that got to be too much of a pain in the ass, like hooking up all the time.
Right?
So
yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Then we moved over to LEDs. The key light that we use a lot is a Falcon Eyes. I can't remember the number, but it's basically one of those like folding lights. It's like a little mat.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like on a felt mat. Yeah.
I feel like my light is too hot now.
Yeah, your forehead's blaring.
Is that better?
Wait, what's Danny asking? Yeah, you're good. Looks good from here. Image look clear in person. You mean does the t-shirt image look clear? It's solid, dude. Yeah, Wesley does spend big bucks on equipment.
Sadly.
He makes me jealous every time he posts a damn unboxing.
I actually get a lot of gear sent to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of your films?
Yeah.
Nice.
But, I mean, I still had to buy thousands of dollars worth of stuff. But I've had a couple companies that have been sending me gear to do, like, the gear reviews on. In fact, I have, like, 4 products in my living room that I need to review, but I just don't have the time to review them right now.
That's cool.
It's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
It is, man. Do you, like, keep the stuff or you send it back?
I'll keep it.
No shit.
Yep. So I was thinking about doing, like, a giveaway on the channel for some of the stuff.
Right on.
Because most of it's like great quality, but I don't use it very often. Some of the things I would keep for myself because I could actually see value in keeping it, but there are a couple products where I'm just like, I'm sure that somebody can put this to use, but I don't really have a use for it.
Right. Like what?
It's a lot of like Ronin accessories. Like there's this. It's called like a L bracket handle. I don't think I really have a use for that. There's also like a dual handle system that I just really didn't like. I don't think
you didn't like that dual? You didn't like the dual?
I liked it. I liked what it did, but it kind of makes it inefficient to use because when you're doing it like that, you can't pull focus. You can't use your hands on the joystick or anything. You have to get a remote to attach over there, and it's just not the same.
You can't have somebody like control the camera while you just run it?
You can, but then you have to if you're on like a job and they don't have the budget for that or something, then that's not an option.
Right.
But for like a short film, I could do that, but then we would need to get whatever we need to be able to operate the camera wirelessly.
Right.
And-
Which would probably not be feasible unless you had like some serious shit.
Yeah. That stuff adds up, all that wireless technology.
For sure.
William
Nah,
has
man, that looks
empty-
awesome though. All that gear you use, like, I gotta say, man, sometimes I get all like hot and bothered because of the way you describe it. You know, you gotta like insert the post in the hole and massage the screws
Insert
into
Michael
the
Scott quote.
A Michael Scott quote made it into the last video. I forget what I said, but I couldn't resist it. It was something like put the pole in the something. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, it was so dirty.
Yeah.
He just kept saying it over and over again.
I remember one of the comments was like, if you keep saying that, you're going to owe it child support.
Dude, that's hilarious, man. I have a pimp handheld camcorder. What?
Is it the 1DX? Is he talking about the 1DX?
I mean, it's handheld, but it's not a camcorder. The only camcorder I have is the one I'm using, the
William.
G30.
He might be talking about this thing.
That thing still functions, dude?
Dude, I'm trying to get the video off it, but I think it's broke.
Is that a Joby tripod thing?
It's
It's like a tiny little gorilla pod.
Yeah.
Itty bitty.
We use this as a prop in the upcoming film.
Yeah, we had some dirty man action.
Duh.
And he was filming it. And Jay Allen there like took the camera out.
Yeah, I think I killed it. Because, I mean, it'll turn on, but it just won't connect to the... I can't get it to connect to the computer. I was actually going to try to see if I can get the footage off of it. I
The
took
footage
this to
should be
Italy.
fine.
Yeah, my wife and I, we bought this when we got married almost 12 years ago. Yeah, so this is my Italy. I took this to China as well.
Really?
Yeah, and now it's just a little prop in a movie.
Well, you literally roundhouse kicked it, or like something. You smoked that sucker.
Yeah, I took it out like 4 times too.
Danny has
well,
given me permission.
we got it working.
Oh, sorry.
What's that? No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Danny has given me permission to have my characters watch his reaction vids in my short films.
Yes.
I won't let them make fun of you, Danny.
Oh,
Unless
I'm
you
gonna
want
make fun of him. Dude, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Hey, we should
He
throw
wants it.
We should throw one of his videos into Face of the Dragon.
A Danny Make?
Yeah.
Or a
Is
Wesley?
that what he's saying? Either one. Let's do it.
I know, right?
You can
there is a
gladly
scene.
make fun of Blind Circumstance or Binge.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If you give me permission, we'll do it. There's a scene where my character's he's on the phone. He's doing a video chat with a guy, and the other guy's just kind of like hammering him. You know, just like, you're doing it wrong and blah blah blah. You're an idiot. And so my character's just kind of sitting back, you know, like whatever. And so I thought it'd be kind of funny if he was like goofing off on the internet or whatever while he's in the middle of this chat. And so yeah, we should do that. I'll make my character watch in like Binge or something.
Oh, dude.
Like,
I am
this
gonna
guy
roast
Wes
the
is an
living
idiot,
shit out of old Miko Maniac over there.
Can I roast you in Face of the Dragon, Wes?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right. It'll all be in love though, for sure.
Love, hate, love. Oh,
Well,
a
you
new Danny
got
Mick
that?
video.
You got that? We're doing it. Oh
Was that released today?
Yes.
I didn't get to see it.
Alice in Chains shows his age. That ancient bastard. Yup. Look at his awesome ass shirt though.
Miscast.
Pretty pimp shirt.
You know,
I actually got.
Man, I'm wearing Vader instead. Sorry, I should have. I'm gonna go change now.
I'm wearing
Tool. Tool friggin' kicks ass.
Yeah. They're coming out with a new album next month.
What's that?
They're coming out with a new album next month.
What?
First one in 13 years.
Oh, Tool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm down with that, man. I thought you were talking about Chains. I was like, I gotta admit, though, like, the reaction was freaking epic because all his reactions are epic, but I wasn't really a fan too much of this song past, like, the midway point.
I'm not familiar with the song.
Kind of just dragged out. It was weird.
I'll have to watch that one.
It's a good one. At least for me, it brought back serious nostalgia, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was one of those dudes wearing the flannel tied around my waist back in 1990.
That's awesome.
I remember when like the Seattle music first came out, and man, what a crazy time that was. There was like a time in the, I'd say like the 80s all the way up through to like 2000 where every like 2 or 3 years a new form of music was invented.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that was never heard before. It was so crazy. And from like 2000 to like now, I feel like everything's just regurgitated.
Oh, I think
we don't have
like,
very much good new music.
I think any new music I hear is terrible for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just all sounds like the same overproduced song.
Yeah, it's regurgitated. It's
You
just
gotta
like
get-
people just copying styles.
Yeah, like the indie bands or the bands that went independent. Like, you know, like I'm a huge 311 fan. They just put out
Oh,
their new
311.
album.
Do you like the new album?
I love it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of everything that they do, and that's because I think it was 2 albums ago is when they went independent. Their first independent, I think, was Stereolithic. I think that was their first, like, okay, we're done with the major record labels. Now we're just 311. And it was good, and then they did another one, and then this one is their newest one. But and then you've got Dream Theater, which has kind of always been like independent, you know. But they're also they've been around since like the 80s.
Oh, what's that song called?
311.
You don't know 311?
Down.
I don't think so.
Down and all mixed up. They're
How do
classics.
you not know 311? Beautiful Disaster, Transistor, Amber. No.
Crease
I don't
for
know.
a
Maybe
while.
I do. I mean, you're saying names,
You
but
totally
not
know.
tunes.
Yeah, you totally know them.
All
yeah.
mixed up. I
I'll
don't
look
know
it up.
what to do. I'm gonna stop singing.
Yeah.
No, please. You sing in your videos just fine in the beginning. You did like what was that? Like, I don't know. You were screeching some hairband shit in one of your fits.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah. Yes.
So that actually came about.
That was not a
playing,
hairband,
no, that actually came out one drunken night in college where I started doing it for some reason, and then it just stuck for whatever. Like, people were crying, laughing at it.
That shit was great, man.
What? There's a song off Mosaic, their last album. I think it starts with like a D. It was one of their singles.
I'm on the cover of that album.
You are?
Yeah, they asked for
Really?
fans to submit photos
Uh-huh.
because, you know, like the cover of it is a mosaic of all their fans, right?
Uh-huh.
And so if you look,
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, if you look on the, I think it's who's on the right. Peanut, I think, is all the way on the right. If you look on, he's standing like this. if you look at the left hand and you look at the pinky, you'll see me there with my red, white, and blue hats sitting behind the drum set. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll have to look into it. This
Days of '88.
No.
That's the only one that starts with the D.
Yeah, I guess
So the
city.
city, there's Too Much to Think, Wildfire.
Too Late.
Too Late.
Yeah, I really like that song.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, without any volume, Danny looks like he's just like.
Copyright.
No, I'm gonna puke. He just looks like he's gonna throw up. With no volume, he's like.
Throwing up a shocker.
Oh, dude. Not only am I going to roast you, but I'm going to write a goddamn script. I'm going to make sure it's perfect.
So I think I just found out 311 came out with a new album earlier this week.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it like 6 months ago.
Yeah. I had no idea they were making a new album until it showed up in Spotify.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to their newsletter, so yeah, Voyager.
Yeah. I really liked the opening song, and there were a couple other ones I liked too. But Transistor was one of my favorite albums as a kid.
Oh, dude, there's like 21 songs on that album.
I know.
I think my favorite from their new one, I think is Dodging Raindrops. I think is my favorite song from their new one. How do I not
Is
have
it
Transistor on my
311? Like
311.
Like just 311?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll as soon as you hear it, William, you'll know exactly who they are.
Down is a really good one. I love that one. It's probably the first song I've heard from them.
What's it? Beautiful Disaster?
Mine was Don't Let Me Down, I think was the first one. Not Don't Let Me Down. Oh my god. I'll think of it here.
Chill.
I can rap this whole
Oh, yeah, I do know these dudes.
Dream of juice. Have you ever made out dark hallways? This place I kissed, I made the day.
All right.
You played a track
I already got a
collection.
copyright, so I don't care anymore.
Congratulations.
I just don't want to get blocked worldwide.
Yeah, I could rap that whole song. Not going
Let's hear
to.
it.
No.
Oh, come on, man. You cannot say something like that and not do it, dude. What the fuck? That's whack.
Copyright, man.
I'm angry.
They have copywritten people for stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
I would rather get copywritten for that than that. Shit I just played.
I want to be a YouTube star. May as well be now, right?
I'm assuming you haven't heard the live versions of Tool's new songs.
Tool freaking rules in any version.
Yeah, they've played 2 new songs that are going to be off their new album on their last tour, and they are incredible. They're both 12 minutes long.
Yeah, it makes sense. What about the videos? Do they have any videos for you?
Not yet. From what is rumored, they were shooting a video, but they just started like kind of building up the promotion this week for the album.
Is it Invincible?
Yes. That's one of them, and then there's also Descending.
Yes, those are the 2 that come
Oh, so you should find one that says like clearer audio. Because like in those videos there's just a bunch of screaming idiot fans.
I gotcha.
So
Clear audio remix. Or remastered.
And then if you fast forward to like 6 minutes and 30 some seconds, like there's some insane guitars.
Why don't you guys talk for a second? I got a whiz, dude.
Talk or listen to music?
No, talk so I don't get a damn, like, block.
You gonna leave it playing then? He's just gonna leave it playing and walk away. You're asking a lot of us, dude. You're gonna talk over this whole thing?
Just start yelling. Loud noises!
I require mad screaming. Danny, make some noise. I'm walking away to pack. I don't want to hear any of their new shit. What are you packing for, Danny? You're always going somewhere. It's crazy.
I think you said camping.
Oh, really? Again? Dude's he's been camping like 4 times this entire summer. It's crazy town.
Danny, be prepared for copyright claims on Tool stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but they are going to be releasing their catalog on streaming services very soon, I believe. And that could open it up to copyright claims. Because right now, they haven't been on any streaming services at all. And as of like Sunday, they started posting an album a day on their social media. And so I think like the expectation is they're building up to release their back catalog on streaming. And then inevitably on August 30th is the day that the new album will come out. I mean, you could still be fine with the copyright claims, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. If you watch live versions, does that copyright claim you?
I have no idea.
I know I've done some like movie reviews and included trailers, and trying to get around the copyright for those is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he's got that YouTube video now over top the comments.
I know, yeah.
I had to pull it up over here so I could see.
Someone getting busted?
I think so.
No. What? Yeah, no.
I love Tool, man.
So good.
I have so many memories in the 90s of tripping my balls off on shrooms.
Oh, yeah.
And watching their videos.
Oh, their videos are weird.
They're all
Dude.
stop motion, right? The guitarist.
Oh my god. Like in like 93 through like 96. Man. When MTV still mattered.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's the guitarist that does them all, right?
Yep.
He went to school for animation, yeah.
He was actually a sculptor on Jurassic Park.
That's awesome.
No shit. He probably did the original previs before they went computer animation then.
Yeah, maybe. If you look him up on IMDb, you can actually see some of the pictures of him on like Jurassic Park.
That's cool.
IMDb.
Maybe it's not on IMDb.
Oh,
You can at least see his body of work, what all he worked on.
To IMDb.
Dude, I'm like on IMDb like 3 times because people keep signing me up for it on other different projects, and I can't even edit my own shit.
Really?
It sucks. Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Did you get put under the right one? I sent him the link for Face of the Dragon. Are you good? Or?
Yeah, you put the one that the guy set up for that other film from Detroit that I'm supposedly editing at some point.
I sent you the link and I said use this one, and you were like, yeah, use that one. I can have him change it if you want.
No, that's the right one. But I tried to set another one up, and they were like, no. And then I already have one for Miscast Entertainment, and they won't let me set it up as a company. Like, it's crazy. IMDb has some weird rules, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I've still got credits for score on, I think, the first Face of the Father, and I've went on IMDb several times, and I'm like, I did not do score for that movie, and so, but I'm still credited for it. I think.
If you actually go to Google and type in Adam Jones Jurassic Park and images, it'll pop up with a bunch of stuff that he's done.
Oh, Williams, are you doing it?
He actually did stuff on Terminator 2.
Yeah, he's sculpting a Dilophosaurus.
Don't crash! I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did when T-1000 gets shot in the with the shotgun or whatever. He's got the multiple bullet holes in his chest. Yeah, he's working on that.
I was actually in school doing that stuff. I was learning about his work in the Art Institute of Pittsburgh in the early 90s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Like, we studied a lot of the puppeteers and the different animators from Jurassic Park. Because I started school in 94, and that was 93, so that was like the freshest shit.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had the patience to do that type of stuff, but I have a lot of respect for people that do.
Dude, industrial tech and design is some seriously fun stuff, dude. I was thinking of like doing a podcast, a vidcast from here, like where I was under the table and doing like a puppet.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be pretty freaking funny.
That would be funny.
I just have to figure out how to like see it beneath and be able to type. I think I'm going to need 2 people for that one.
Probably.
He's done a lot of stuff, this dude.
Yeah, but then he got in the tool and then he stopped doing everything film related.
Not really. He's done some of the best music videos of all
other
time.
than the music videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the music video for Schism was the first like introduction to those music videos for me, which is the creepiest stop motion.
Yeah, I never was really big into Tool, but I've seen some of their music videos a long time.
Sober, dude.
Really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I used to trip my balls off to.
Really cool.
Back when my brain was nice and fresh and my gray matter was untainted.
Now you have the tainted gray.
Now my gray matter is like not gray, it's more like red and speckled.
Got the speckled matter.
Oh man, I broke it.
So, oh, that's sad. I wonder, what does that say? Video contains content. You know, I wonder if that just started happening like this week because of the preparing for the album.
Right? Like they're cracking down on it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that one's not available either.
Oh, I didn't scroll. Oh, it's gone. Oh, here we go.
I don't think that's a music video, right?
Dude, you can't watch the music. You know, I noticed that on YouTube that music videos are some of the hardest things to even watch on YouTube. Yeah, it's not on. Oh, nope, it's not on here. That's whack.
Yeah.
That's seriously whack. The music industry has a serious problem. They always have, man. Like, they've always been so nasty about anybody, like, even commenting on their shit.
Yeah.
Remember, like, Napster and shit?
Napster. That's so long ago.
Right?
It's like 2003? Early 2000s, right?
No, Napster was back in the 90s.
Was it in the 90s?
Yeah.
William, check your Facebook.
It was like 98. It was like the very first torrent site I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
Check your Facebook. I sent you a Vimeo link.
Oh, there's no way I'm opening Facebook with this shit running.
Danny said it's
Facebook
those
drains
3D
my
record
computer
labels.
big time.
I found it on Vimeo. Anyways, go to Vimeo. They've got it up.
Yeah, Facebook, man, if you open it, drains your computer by like 30% of your memory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always have it open on like any computer I'm ever on.
It's because they're
Yeah, but not while you're streaming. You're going to be streaming soon there, Wes.
I am next Friday.
I can't wait.
That'll just be on a phone though, because we'll be in the heart of Philadelphia for it.
In the heart of Philadelphia.
In the hat.
The hat. What's the accent in Philadelphia?
Sylvester Stallone.
Nah, it's like the Bronx or some shit.
Every time I hear Philadelphia,
in
that's all I
Pittsburgh, it
think
was
about.
like
Rocky.
in Pittsburgh, it was like Yin's all gonna do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of I don't know how to describe it.
I want to hear it though.
You gotta do it.
Bradley Cooper from what's that movie called? Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, that false Academy Award.
Yeah. Wait. Did he win? No, he didn't win.
Jennifer.
Oh,
Jennifer
yeah,
won.
Lawrence won. I don't think she deserved to win that year.
No freaking way, dude.
I thought Jessica Chastain should have won that year.
That was the weirdest award win I've ever seen. It made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the movie wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think her performance was bad, but it was definitely not an Academy Award.
I thought the first
Molly's Game.
Jessica Chastain wasn't in Silver Linings Playbook. She was in Zero Dark 30.
Oh, Zero Dark 30. Okay, I was trying to remember what.
Yeah, she's good. I like her. She's in a lot of good shit, man.
Jessica Chastain,
Every
yeah.
time I see Jessica Chastain, she's pretty epic. I mean, here we go, dude.
I first saw
This
her.
shit is epic. This is the kind of shit that holds up to the test of time. I mean, look at the lighting alone in these little tiny sets. It's so specific. They are moving lights and animating lights.
Yeah, that's insane. In the 90s.
I know, it's awesome. This guy is like the guy that started that jittery, like weird ghost shit that the Japanese started picking up on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if I've ever watched this full music video before.
It's epic, man. Because we're all tripping balls watching your goddamn music video. That's why we can't be sober.
Yeah.
Don't act like you weren't tripping balls too, Danny. Dude, these days, like, Metallica had just come out with the Black Album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was Kurt Cobain just came on the scene. There was a lot of cool shit that was happening at this time. Like, I took LSD for the first time a couple years before.
The 90s.
God.
The 90s.
Flannel became like the go-to. Bill and Ted were like top notch.
Can't believe they're making a sequel.
I'm so happy, man.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be epic. They look a little busted, but I'm sure it'll be all right. Yeah. I don't know. He's become like an action hero since. It's gonna be strange seeing him like bounce back into that role.
John Wick is Ted Wick.
Ted Wick.
He's the one.
Ted Theodore Wick. Logan Wick.
Danny, you can always start.
Yeah, what, dude? He's never done acid or shrooms?
It's never too late to start.
The guy with the flames is telling you. You own that shit. They just legalized it in Colorado. So.
Oh, really?
Next time you go camping, hit the Rocky Mountains and get a bag of shrooms. Then lay on your back and look at the sky.
Might have to take a trip to Denver.
I never had any desire.
To go to Denver?
That too, no. No, Denver was beautiful. I love being there.
Oh, yeah?
No,
Denver's freaking amazing.
Shrooms or acid, I never had any interest.
Yeah.
It started off in the beginning as just like being rebellious, but in my older age, I feel that hallucinogens are more of a way to just open my own mind up.
Oh, absolutely.
Get a different perspective of my own mind, my own self. You know, I use them as self-medication, I guess.
My mind never stops. It's always going a million miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like if I can't do anything to it to like add to it. That would just drive me crazy, I think.
Yeah, I feel like the older you get, the less that external stimuli is good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being in the
You kind of get enough experience in your brain.
when I was like probably early teens, and they did the nitrous, the laughing gas.
Oh.
I started flipping out, man. I ripped the mask. Like, no, you of it. I'm like, get it off. Like, I couldn't do it. It put me in like a weird state, like an altered state of mind. I didn't like it. Didn't like it.
There's a huge scientific community that is saying that the reason that we have the ability to dream and create ideas without actually making them in physical reality, which is why we're basically more intelligent than most big-brained creatures on the planet, is because we started eating freaking hallucinogens. That's no joke. Because when you eat hallucinogens, you look at the world differently.
Right.
So it makes sense that you would see like, well, that's not wind in the trees. That's like an animal that could attack me. Then you start to like preconceive ideas, and that becomes part of your evolution. And then you know, now that's all we do is preconceive ideas.
Right.
Which is why art is such a huge part of humanity.
It's kind of fascinating.
It is. I mean, there's a huge Joe Rogan a couple episodes on this that are pretty fascinating to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And shrooms is a big part of it. Also, there's an argument that shrooms aren't even part of our genealogy. That as a planet, like that shrooms are an alien species entirely. That fungus itself is a seeded species of life.
Well, I mean,
'Cause-
I do know that we were dropped into a volcano, right? I mean, that's how we were made.
I ain't a Scientologist, bro.
I've never heard that theory. I used to do a lot of research on that type of stuff back in the day.
So mushrooms and all other animal life have a very distinct path, and there's no real mix between fungus and the life we come from.
Mhm.
So a lot of scientists think that fungus was seeded by like comets. That either one of us could have been seeded.
Because like maybe the chemical makeup or whatever is just,
Right. We don't really have a like a what do you call that? Coercion, or convergence. Convergence. That's the word. It's hard to find the convergence, if at all there is any, between all animal life that we know and plant life and a fungus life.
Mm-hmm.
Spore developed life over seeded developed life. So they think that those are two different forms of life, specifically.
Huh.
Which doesn't make sense because everything that we do know about life, we all go back to the same target point. So it's an interesting read.
Yeah, I might have to read up on this.
And if you look at like fungus, how it like grows underground and like networks across like massive amounts of space. So like a mushroom above ground is like underground, this massive like octopus of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Mind blown.
yeah. I'm gonna have to research some of that. That's really interesting.
Look, I know you're both thinking I'm crazy now, but just look into it. Let me know in the future.
I'm definitely gonna read up on him. Read up on it.
You're a fun guy, William. You really research fungus there.
I was just studying non-euclidean space the other day. I got this meme the other day about Euclidean space, and I was like, what the hell is Euclidean space? And I was like, oh, okay, I understand it from a different perspective, which is like three-dimensional space, but the whole meme was like about non-Euclidean space, and I was like, well, isn't that what most people think now, is that space isn't really three-dimensional? It is non-Euclidean space.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing you guys should look up. It's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Like the fractal space, like quantum space, basically.
What is it? 9 dimensions or something? 9-dimensional space?
Well, dimensional space is Euclidean space, so non-Euclidean space would be like fractals, like M theory, like multiverse theory.
Oh.
The MCU.
The multiverse of madness.
Yes. Yes, beyond Einstein. Yes. Non-Euclidean space would be beyond Einstein.
Yeah, this guy, Mikio Kaku, you see him a lot on like History Channel and Discovery Channel now. But before he became like I don't know, before I started seeing him really on documentaries, I read a couple of his books. But he's really good at breaking down theoretical physics for the layman. So it really fascinating reads.
I love that shit, man. Like,
Yeah, I've got a few
so
of his books.
I just did physics with my my personal training stuff. It's all about like the human anatomy and how it works and all that stuff. That was super hard for me, but as soon as I got into like nutrition specialist, which is what I'm studying right now for the next cert, that's all like chemistry and shit. I get that. It like just sticks in my head immediately. Chemistry and like molecules and how they connect, and like triglycerides and glycogen and all that shit. Just I get it immediately.
Mm.
But how like the bicep attaches at the insertion point to the lower arm and like the lever movement of it. That was hard as hell for me to learn. But yeah, the scientific stuff when you get to like molecular states is just unbelievably fascinating.
That's cool.
Danny said, William is too smart for me. I feel like a big dummy listening to you guys talk about this stuff.
I feel like
Danny's,
a dummy too at the moment, so don't worry about
me
it.
too.
Danny is not stupid.
I'm just
I
like
just-
shaking
I
my
admire-
head. Yeah, totally.
I just pulled this off the shelf just to look smart. Okay, look, I'm reading smart stuff.
I'm gonna pull something out here.
Oh God, no! Don't do it. Put it away. Put it away. It's not that kind of stream.
NSFW. NSFW.
So this is what's just beside me at all times.
Pretty close to NSFW.
Yeah.
I can't even raise it up and down hard enough. Like the entire anatomy of the human body.
Why is that beside you at all times? Just to like memorize it, or?
It was for school, but constantly I have to refer to like different muscle groups, like
Gotcha.
and what does what and how they move, and I leave it there.
I have a book
because
to complement that, but
I need it.
see it up there.
Danny said maybe I need to pop a few shrooms and then talk. It might be interesting.
We should all take a trip to Colorado. I don't know if I could handle shrooms anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
In my old age, it might not turn out the way I want it to.
We've lost him. He's never coming back.
That's not true. I just shroomed the other day.
Did you really? Did you have an occasion that you
I did. It was the first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I had just graduated, and I wanted to just sip. Everybody was like, "I want to do it with you." I was like, "No, I want to be by myself. I'm just gonna sit in my backyard by the pool and stare at the damn sky for like 8 hours." And that's exactly what I did.
Did you?
And I listened to some cool ass music, and it was pretty damn epic.
I'm a little
I
jealous.
stayed off freaking social media, my phone. Thank God.
That was the day you sent me that really trippy. No.
Nah, that did not happen. It did not happen. And no one can prove it either, God damn it.
What movie was it recently where somebody had a bad trip, or they were tripping balls or something, and it's really funny?
There's so many movies where that happens.
I know the 21 Jump Street scene.
Oh,
That's
yes.
really funny. But I feel
They're on like E or something, though.
it's like a drug that's made up
Oh, it's
for that
Molly.
specific movie.
Yeah. It's that Molly looking shit.
Yeah. But there's a
I remember that, but I don't remember that scene.
No, Danny, my neighbors were not freaked out because, well, maybe they were. But they couldn't have been more freaked out than when I did like this. I did this one portrait one time where I had this big strobe above my pool in the middle of the night where I was half naked walking around the pool. That had to have freaked them out a little bit more than me just sitting on a chair staring at the sky. And I was sober for that one. So.
Did your river otter buddy come back?
Oh, no. You know what? So I looked into getting a pet otter. My nieces were super fans of that. I found a breeder, and I talked to them, and they said otters are not very good pets, but you can have them as pets. They're not illegal. But if they get startled and they bite you, they can take a freaking finger off.
Jeez.
Apparently, they have super strong jaws and super sharp teeth, like razor blade sharp. Because that's how they eat. They just like shred fish or something. And my nieces are like little kids. And I'm like, there's no way you are coming to my house petting an otter and then the little 5-year-old like makes a weird noise and that thing bites your finger off. No freaking way.
Yeah.
So the otter's out.
It's not cool.
They were so depressed.
The movie I was thinking of is The Night Before with Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No one seen it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I don't think so.
Seth Rogen basically just gets fucked up on like I can't remember if it's acid or shrooms or what the entire movie, but it's hilarious.
Whoa. Has anybody started watching The Boys yet?
No, that came out today, didn't it?
Dan Trachtenberg directed the first episode, I believe.
Yes. And I think Rogan's involved in that. That's why I thought
really?
about it when he said that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like a executive producer or producer.
Is that on Netflix?
It's Amazon.
Amazon.
Danny says, "Why do I keep thinking of Sling Blade? He had that blank stare." Nah, he was just crooked in the skull permanently.
Oh, that's this show. Okay. I did want to watch this.
It is freaking amazing.
Really?
I watched 2 episodes today at lunch, and it is unbelievably amazing. I can't even describe it.
Okay,
I don't want to ruin anything.
Let me
I just want
ask
to
you
tell
one question. One question. You know my wife and what she's capable of watching. Okay, that.
No way. It's a hard. It's a hard R.
Oh, I didn't know
Hard
that.
R.
Okay.
Like full frontal male nudity, hard R.
The Boys is?
So she's definitely not allowed
Gore.
to watch that. Okay.
Gore beyond 300, hard R.
Wow.
Okay, Game of Thrones. Rank it to Game of Thrones violence and nudity.
Past Game of Thrones.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah. Well, at least at the same level. It's at least at the same level as Thrones in its worst day.
Wow.
It's really well done. My only beef with it is the way they process the post-production color correction.
It's like really
they
muted,
bleach
isn't it?
Stuff. It's bleached.
Okay.
It's like you can see inside people's pores and shit.
Really?
Like you can see the makeup that they're wearing, and I don't know why they made that choice.
Mm-hmm.
The blues are seriously accented. It's really pale and blue, and the bleaching is like really just brings massive amounts of detail out in people's faces.
Weird.
Which I find like a really weird choice.
Yeah.
You get used to it, but it's just being able to see like the makeup is weird. to
Yeah,
me.
I agree.
And it makes older people look really old. Like, so you can see like all their wrinkles, like inside the wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
But you get used to it, and then the level of like intensity of the show, you forget about it after a second. So,
hold on,
but
let's see
initially,
here.
as a
Yeah, look at
filmmaker, you're gonna notice it.
Adult content, graphic language, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, rape. That's the disclaimer for the first episode.
Starting off strong.
Let's put it this way, man. There are people shagging bare nude in the sky.
There's what?
There are people floating around shagging bare nude.
Floating around with
Yeah, you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna tell you why.
Are you guys gonna watch the Watchmen series?
Hell yes. It's 30 years after like the comic. Hell yeah.
I'm really
I want to
excited
know.
for that
I want to. And apparently, this is Mr. Manhattan or Dr. Manhattan, whatever, coming back after he fucked the entire DC universe up.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be epic. Yeah, like so when he left, as far as I know, when he left in the original comics, he went to the DC universe and started screwing around with Superman and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole comic series about it. It's pretty epic comic series where he just wrecks the DC universe, and this is him coming back to his own universe.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
It looks really good.
You still watching?
Huh?
My buddy Chris just sent me a hello with a screenshot of.
Oh, we got people watching that aren't commenting?
Maybe he can't. Maybe he's on his phone. I think he's on his phone. What's up, buddy?
Carl,
really excited to
why
watch
do you
the
have
watch
hands
movie.
up?
Can't comment.
Are you talking about Sling Blade there?
Yeah, I was quoting Sling Blade. It's one of my favorite parts.
Danny.
Carl, why do you have that? I reckon I just woke up holding it.
I'm kind of shocked that
I want to be baptized.
I'm kind of shocked that nobody showed up, man, except a couple people. Like, it's weird. Last week and the week before, we had quite a few people in the chat.
Yeah.
Is it like
Everybody's
a holiday
watching
or something?
Everybody's watching the new Quentin Tarantino movie.
Is that what it is?
No, probably not.
Did that come out
The
today?
hell?
Yeah, it came out today.
We had a couple people out, but like, usually the chat's got at least 6 or 7 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're one of them, there, Wes.
Am I?
Well,
It counts me, I guess.
Well,
I guess it
the
does.
last couple you didn't show up because you had to work, but you showed up last time.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I thought you meant now.
Oh no. No, I don't know. There were like 400 people that saw the ads on social media, which was the highest ever, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice.
That was the highest viewed ad that I put out for this stream.
That's awesome.
So I find it shocking that there might be a lot of people watching that just aren't in the chat.
Yeah, I think on the phones, it didn't give me an option to comment on the phone, so I wonder if there's a lot of people watching, but they just can't comment.
On the mobile device, I don't think you can comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
I should stream this on Facebook too, I suppose.
It's not a bad idea. Do you have a
Yeah, maybe next time I'll start doing that.
Do you have a following on
'Cause-
your Facebook page too? I'm not sure how many followers you have over there.
It's like 100 and some people.
Okay.
I've never done it though, but you can with XSplit you can simultaneously stream. So, and I think OBS too.
Oh,
I think
really?
all of them. Yeah. So you can like pick your social, like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff.
Actually, in the past years for the 48 hour, we've streamed on Facebook because until recently we had a larger following on Facebook than YouTube. But then YouTube kind of blew up a little bit over the past year, and then I just figured to go where the following is.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, your YouTube channel is freaking awesome, dude.
Thanks.
It is. It's really a good freaking channel. You spend a lot of time on your stuff. It looks good. It's polished.
Trying to.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing straight up documentaries on the side every now
Are
and then. Yeah, like I was thinking my first one. So I just got a teleprompter for some jobs that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Goody, I'm gonna
But I
need
really want to use it.
on the next.
What's that?
I'm gonna need one on the next.
So we'll
next
use
film
it.
shoot. I don't
We'll
remember
do
my
it.
lines. I don't like memorizing them.
Well, I ain't gonna be walking around with that damn teleprompter on top of my freaking glide cam because that shit's not happening. It'll be like 100 pounds.
Dude, Lindsay has a lot of dialogue to remember. I mean, she's got like a 2-page monologue. I was thinking of totally writing them out on.
Yeah, but she's not gonna
cards
break
for
the fourth wall. The only way you can use a teleprompter is if you break the fourth wall.
Well, the teleprompter was obviously a joke.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm serious. Just gonna look right at the camera.
Well, anyways, I was thinking about doing the first little mini documentary about the new Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials series coming out. It's one of my favorite book series of all time. So I wanted to do like a little documentary about who Philip Pullman is, like how he wrote the books, what the characters mean. Maybe like a 10-minute thing, like I did with the Queen thing. It was like 5 minutes, but it was pretty interesting. So I was gonna bust the teleprompter out for that one. But I was gonna focus mainly on that because I I don't know, man. You spend a lot of time doing these movie reviews and stuff, and there's just so much competition. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's not worth it, man.
I kind of stopped doing the movie reviews because I just wasn't getting the views on them.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was always risking putting a lot more work into it to try to avoid the copyright claim. And I just didn't find the time worth it for the views I was getting.
Yeah. No, that's my point. Like, it's the market is too flooded.
Mm-hmm.
The copyright claims are getting worse. They're not getting better.
I actually... So my Pet Cemetery...
Music video up.
What's that?
I said, speaking of copyright, you still have the music video up.
This one? I already got burned, I guarantee you, dude. I got burned with Slayer, probably.
Oh, speaking of copyright claims, so I did the Pet Cemetery review months ago.
Yes.
And I kept getting claimed when I was uploading, so I would keep deleting it and editing it to get rid of the copyright. And finally, I got past it. Months later, just a couple weeks ago, I got a copyright claim on it. And my ad revenue was taken away from it.
Someone went and like probably manually looked at it.
Yeah.
Like you were probably fighting the bots before.
This video has like 140 views, 4 or 5 months after it came out. Like, who the fuck is copyright claiming this now?
No, it's bullshit. You know what's going to happen is I've been hearing it a lot lately, and I've actually been hearing it for a couple of years, but I've really been hearing it a lot lately, is people are looking for different platforms that actually follow the Fair Use Act.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube's going to lose all the people that made YouTube, and there's going to be like this another corporate entity.
Yeah.
Because they're already taking the corporate end of everything over the small guy, which kind of defeats the purpose of the whole damn platform.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I mean, when you take like, for instance, let's take news, like CNN over like a small guy's news channel. When they're both saying the same thing, one gets blocked and the other one doesn't. That literally defeats the purpose of the whole platform.
Right.
So, I mean, people are actively trying to like make other platforms, and eventually something's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it isn't right now, obviously, but it's in the works, and guaranteed it's going to hit. And then, obviously those people will probably have a half-life too before they get corporate, but people are just going to keep bouncing between those channels.
Right.
The one we're on right now, Vimeo, they were one of the ones that tried, but they failed. But we're still watching their channel over YouTube right now.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be if we couldn't find Sober on YouTube.
True.
I very rarely ever go to Vimeo anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been to Vimeo, and I actually got a notification like a month ago that I still had a site there, or a channel. I forgot I made in like 2012 or some shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was forced to go there a couple of months ago. My son was like adamant, had to watch Yogi Bear. And it's, of course,
hopefully not the live action.
No. The cartoon. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, the live action. Freaking
TJ Miller.
Danny says Facebook's more friendly than YouTube.
I don't like that guy. I don't like anything he does.
Who?
Don't like him.
Did you see? Are you familiar with Silicon Valley?
Yes.
I think I've watched maybe.
So he left
maybe
in like season 4, and there were always rumors about how difficult he was to work with and how much of an asshole he was. Well, they just announced the next season of Silicon Valley is going to be the last season. And Kumail Nanjiani, who's a character on there, said like, "Oh, I'm going to miss almost everyone that was involved with this show." Like pretty much throwing shade directly to TJ Miller.
Dude, TJ Miller's still like active? I thought he was in jail or some shit.
I don't know. I was actually for a couple months, I was just like one of his Twitter trolls.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Anytime he would tweet, I would tweet at him, reminding him of the fake bomb threats he made on the one train he was on.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then didn't he go like ape shit on a plane too? Or?
Probably. I think that he has some like severe mental issues from whatever brain issue he had years ago.
All right.
He basically had an aneurysm in a restaurant and was close to dying.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think they removed like a portion of his brain so like they could get the swelling down and everything.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of changes everything.
Now
I
you're
thought he
making
was
me
just an
feel
asshole.
bad for saying that I don't like him.
I think he
See,
has.
I had no idea. I just didn't like him in the movies. Like,
I mean, he very well.
Movie, I'm like, don't.
Yeah, I mean, he very well could just be an asshole. It could just.
He's all right. He's all right in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you that.
And I like him as Tough Nut, and Tough Nut. I think it is in How to Train Your Dragon.
I forgot he was in that.
He got fired from that though because of that damn train shit.
Yeah,
In the last one, he was replaced.
I think Silicon Valley was a like mutual departure. I think they kind of got a heads up about some stuff because there were the sexual assault allegations against him as well.
Right.
And then the train thing. And from what I heard is he just wanted to do more movies and stuff. But I think it was a couple things together and they just didn't want him anymore.
That'll do it. That's a real shame too, man, because you work really hard to get to that position.
Yep.
And not a lot of people are afforded that position.
No,
even
not
with the
at
talent. And to get it thrown away like that, just, I don't know, it pisses me off a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just to throw it all away.
That's why I get angry when I see, like, football players, getting in, like, a ton of trouble. It's like you've worked your entire life to get to this point and you're making millions and millions of dollars. Why can't you just control yourself? Why do you have to try to throw it away? Like, actively try to throw it away.
Yeah.
Like, that's a place that, there's billions of people on the planet. Only a couple hundred get to these places.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like, chuck it. Like,
I don't know if you guys watch football at all.
That's rough.
I do not.
No.
No, I don't
I
watch
used to when I lived in Pittsburgh for the Steelers. That was about
Chuck it, football!
I just wonder, like, if, like maybe, I don't know, I'm basing this off of just football movies and shows that I've seen, but, it's like always that guy who's, like, really good at football, but he's, like, a horrible student or something, but his coaches and his parents cover stuff up for him. So, I don't know, is that the real world, or is that just movie world? You think, like, these guys, like, they get
could
that,
be.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, they're talented, but that's their lifestyle to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't get that success and then go, oh, I'm going to go party and act crazy and lose it all. I think they are that way. It's just once they reach that level of success, like, they get the money, and it's not everybody, of course, but those few, once they get the money, they go to the next extreme, I mean, it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
and that's when it backfires and blows up in their face.
I think Stan Lee said it best. With great power comes great responsibility.
Indeed.
And not everybody realizes that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
lots
you
of
can
people get great power.
be in charge of a little, you can be in charge of a lot, and so it's the same thing. Like, if you do good, with the little stuff, and then, you get the larger responsibility, you can be good at that. But I just think there are a lot of people, I think, not just, in football, but every aspect of art and creativity and filmmaking and everywhere, there's those people that just get that power, so to speak. You know, I'm using that word to that recognition, reach that top tier just based on who they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just they get shoo-ins, so to speak.
Or they're just born with talent. You know, so like, have you ever seen Amadeus? I think it's a great rendition of what you're talking about.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
It's a great film, man. And it's about Mozart and another composer who literally has worked his whole life to become a great composer. He struggles. And then this punk-ass party bastard comes in and just can easily do it, like, without even thinking about it. Mozart, obviously.
Right.
Just can do it. Like, it's part of his brain, how it functions. And it pisses this dude off to the point where he, like, literally adamantly takes his entire life to kill this guy because he can't understand why he doesn't understand why he can reap the benefits of such work when he has to work so hard to get it. And this dude doesn't do anything but think it. And it's a really good idea of what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really good,
that's like the that side of that jealousy side, you know, because I've known people when I was like years ago in the music scene, local music scene, and playing shows and playing concerts with people who now are famous musicians, and so it's weird to be that guy who, like, I feel like I'm Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. You know, I'm like Al Bundy reliving my college football or my high school football days. You know, where it's like, oh, I used to be really famous in this band, you know, locally, but I'm not anymore. But I'm not jealous. You know, I don't hold any. You know, I mean, I think I went through that phase for a while where I was like, wow, those people are really successful, and I used to play concerts with them and I used to hang out with them, but now they have everything that I was aspiring to, and I don't have it. But you know, I mean, that's life, you know.
Right.
That's you know, they had the connections or the, you know, the it's an interesting thing that making it and how to make it, you know, like how do you get successful? How do you be successful? And there's so many factors, timing. It really is who you know. There's timing. There's just sheer dumb luck, fate, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the secret to it. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't know the secret.
It's a little bit of everything. It's the
Right.
6 degrees of separation. It's who you know, obviously. It's how you pursue those 6 degrees of separation. It's how you master your own craft. What kind of drive do you have, and how do you apply that drive to your own life?
Right.
I mean,
we were talking about
there is more than one reason why people are successful, and there's no reason why people are successful.
Yeah.
Like some people just fall into the damn hole.
Logan Paul. I don't
Yes,
know.
exactly.
I mean, he could have worked really hard. I have no idea what his story is, but
Nah, but like PewDiePie, man. All right,
Yeah.
so since we're bringing up those guys, they just happen to be the first people that took YouTube seriously.
Yeah.
That's all it was. They don't have any talent that anybody else on YouTube has.
Right.
They fell into the hole. But they worked for it. They literally were the ones doing it when no one else was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give them that. And now they're reaping the rewards.
Right.
And you can have that. You can have the Mozart that's born with the talent. You can have the other guy that has to work for the talent and just begs for it his whole life. Or you can have people that just try like to form all of that into a specific plan and execute it.
Yeah, but the most
really
important
is no
thing
set way.
on those three things that those three different people that you just described, all those people are doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you got to do it, and that like kind of full circles back to what we were talking towards the beginning of the stream about failing and giving up, and you know, and just don't give up, man. We've made mistakes. We've all made projects that we may not be super proud of, but hey, we're moving forward. We've got a direction, and we're still going to do it because we love it.
I was working with a director. I was DPing a project for a director recently where he was kind of telling me like his couple-year plan, basically, and he was like, if this short film falls through, it doesn't have anything come of it, then I'm just like done. And I didn't understand that logic. Because, like, to me, like, if it fails, I'm learning everything that I messed up on in this project. I'm learning to make a better product or the next time around.
Right.
Well, he was right. He will be done because he's not going to try again.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the hardest thing about being a creator is the failure because it's personal.
Yep.
I mean, you dig into your soul to make something artistic, and when it doesn't work, you feel that shit, man.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You feel it deep down.
Because you're trying
the
to
hardest thing about
express
being a successful creator is pushing through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And on that note, I think it's time to end the show.
It's a good arc.
Yeah.
It is. I want to thank J. Allen Rager of Rager Rigged for being on the show.
Thank you.
And anybody that doesn't know this guy, you will. Check him out. Everything's linked in the description. And in Face of the Dragons coming out soon.
Can't wait to see it.
What, 2020? Probably 2020.
Yeah, let's
We'll
do
shoot
it.
for 2020.
Let's do it.
You think?
Yeah. No, you're saying that I rush it. Let's go 2021. 22? Think we should get one more?
2020.
Should we get one more?
The pendulum can't swing the other way, dude.
Sorry, I jumped into a Steven Soderbergh. Should we get one more? Get one more? Ocean's 11? No? Yeah, no?
Ocean's 11.
There's the George Clooney quote from... Yeah, anyways. Yes, Face of the Dragon. Up and coming.
Face of the Dragon. And Thinking Art Entertainment. Wesley, thank you so much
Thanks for
finally
having me.
coming on the show. My gosh, I've talked to you for months and months. It's so awesome to finally actually visually and audibly meet you. So
Excited to finally
you have some
release-
projects coming up. Want to announce them to everybody just in case they forgot?
Yeah, so next week we're releasing the 60-second action scene challenge. We'll have a short BTS video with that. And then that weekend we're starting our 4th journey into the 48-hour film challenge where you write, shoot, and edit a short film in just 48 hours. So we're going to be live streaming that. We're going to be vlogging it. We're going to have a full, behind the scenes experience of that whole short film. The short film will be out on the channel on the channel in August. And then in September, we're finally releasing the big action film that we've been working on called Killer Be Killed. Really excited to release that one. It's 16 and a half minutes of pure adrenaline.
Everybody loves adrenaline.
That's awesome.
Danny Mick is back. He says lots of talent on the set. I'm honored to be in touch with you guys. Likewise, Rager Rigged. I just want to say shout out to Danny, even though that he's been like dealing with his children. I don't know. Can you see that? Everybody here tonight has been amazing. You guys are freaking great. I know that in the future you're all going to be amazing filmmakers. I can't wait to see all of your upcoming future projects. I'm part of some of them. I can't wait to be part of more of them. And on that note, this is Miscast Entertainment. I'm William Davis Moore. Check out our freaking merch. And give me a second to hit this closer. 'Cause I'm slow like that.
The end screens.
And I'm out.